What's up, good people? It's Marked by Wrestling. It's Sunday afternoon / evening, depending on where you are. And it's time for the Great American Bash, NXT's PLE. If you're looking around for places to watch, I mean, it should be right on the CW. If you have CW access, where we watch the weekly program every week. If you have a VPN, you can watch it. Also on Netflix. Not quite sure where else. I'm very, very confused. So, I just went to go find the feed to Great American Bash, and it just cut in a clip from SmackDown, from Friday Night SmackDown. That is not correct. So bear with me, everybody. Because the Great American Bash feed through Netflix. Yeah. So weird. Okay, there we are. That was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. It started showing me a clip of Danhausen on SmackDown. Very confusing, but we're good. We're good. Lola Vice is here. Kendal Gray is also here. They're going to be the main event. Shiloh Hill also gets Tristan Angels one-on-one. What's up, Zach Minger? What's up, George? RT Rick, good to see you as well. Dossie, as always, hello. And we also get Dark State exploding. Saquon, Shugars, and Dion Lennox, the indie guy versus the D1 guy. You can hear the crowd in the background waking up for Saquon, which is interesting. Now, this is just an NXT show in the Performance Center, like weekly TV. So this, and you know what though, this is worth mentioning. This is the first ever WWE PLE on broadcast television. The very first, a little bit of history for you guys. The very first Royal Rumble was on USA. No WrestleMania has ever been on broadcast television, a broadcast network like ABC, NBC, CW, Fox, whatever. Plenty of Saturday night's main events, of course, and of course, the weekly television. But this is the first full-on PLE that has been on broadcast television in WWE's history, which is pretty wild. Live for the first time, at least. And of course, ESPN showing the first hour of items. Sometimes that can be to the degree of it's incomplete, and it's also cable. So, yeah. Hello. But we just have our opening video and everything, hyping the show. Shiloh and Tristan, of course, going one-on-one. George, I think there'll probably be more. I can imagine this will be successful because, not that I spend a bunch of time looking into the business of NXT or WWE, but it seems like their ratings have increased some since they've gone to broadcast, since they've gone to CW. And if they're, being successful weekly, maybe this doing a PLE on the same channel will do a lot for them. Also, Tatum and Zarya again for the North American title. We're going to have Wren, Sinclair, and Arianna Grace for the Speed title. And we're starting off with Tony D'Angelo and Naraku in the opening match. We're already getting that bum 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 thumping music. And Tony is still bearing the injury of the fireball from Tuesday night. his head's still bandaged going into this match, which is intriguing. So we'll see if Naraku is that guy. Will he be the next NXT champion? I got to say, it's going to be very intriguing. And he's still got his eye patched up too. One eye. Will a one-eyed Tony D'Angelo be able to defend the title against not a debuting Naraku? He's had 2 matches. What's up, last name? So we're starting off with the NXT title match. The ladies will be main eventing tonight, Lola and Kendal. We'll see where it goes. The red, white, and blue ropes. I'm not against Naraku being NXT champion. Ooh, Great American Bash has Slim Jim on the mat. I know some people probably don't care about that, but it is kind of like you're getting main roster attention through that. All right, Wade Barrett's here on commentary with Vic Joseph. Does anybody know? What's up, Tyrell? Good to see you, man. And Lockwood, hello. Is anybody got an official word on what Booker T has been up to? Because it's not like they wrote him off of NXT. He just disappeared one week and has not been back. He hasn't been back for a few weeks. We've seen Corey Graves. We've seen, we've seen Wade Barrett. And every once in a while, I still think I hear, a news story or so from his podcast. So he's still doing stuff, but he doesn't appear to be doing anything on camera with WWE right now. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's really leaned into, is it Reality of Wrestling? That's his wrestling school. Maybe he's doing that. I don't know. George says, Steven, Nikita Lyons is the new WWE Women's Evolved Champion. What are your thoughts about that? Well, listen, Nikita has a ton of potential. I think it's fine to put the title on her and see what she can do with it. I have always said, I feel like Nikita does a little too much. And you want to be larger than life when you're in wrestling. But I feel, so I don't watch Evolve, so I don't know if that criticism still stands. But the last time I watched her regularly, she was doing like multiple things at once, kind of trying to get over, like a little dance move, the outfit, catchphrases, singing, all kinds of stuff. And it's different, But listen, I mean, she slimmed up a bit. Not that she was big, but I know that, she had crowd is loud. Let's go. I know she had like an ACL problem a year or two ago. And I mean, slimming up in that regard probably takes a little pressure off the knees and stuff. So yeah, I want her. Yeah, listen, I want her to be successful. So you know what? We'll let it breathe. See what she does as a champion. She really hasn't had a chance to let her character shine as a champion. So maybe it'll be good. 2 knee injuries, George. Yeah. I knew she had a fair amount. So, you know what? If she can prove herself well, maybe she'll make her way back up to NXT before the main roster. That's right. Lola had that match with Lahedra on AAA. Where she successfully defended her title. Thanks to La Catalina, I believe, doing her a solid. Man, Naraku, whoa! We're going for the high spots already. First spot of the match. Tony spears him through the little balcony support. They say we're going to give you the cliff notes of a title match. We're going to hit the high points right away. I mean, they did ring the bell, so this match has started, yeah? Well, this is a hot crowd. Tony's ready for a fight. All right, Naraku running away, trying to set a trap for Tony. He's got him. Shout out, by the way, I think I was starting to say this, but the red, white, and blue ring ropes takes me back to golden era WWF. Great for Great American Bash. You don't have the dimensions, you don't have the depth, everything's thrown off. I mean, the whole point of having two eyeballs is literally to give an animal depth perception. Well, Tony D doesn't have that at all now. It's hard to throw an accurate shot. More importantly, though, it is hard to block incoming shots. Oh, and Naraku goes for the eye. Mid suplex. Need jar help. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I got you. Welcome. All right. Ref is checking. Whoa, the ref was this close to calling off the match. And due to the eye, and Tony grabbed him and said, "Don't you call this off for anything." So we're going to have quite a story going into this match. Tony fighting with that eye injury. Naraku just nasty. Dropping Tony face first on the apron. Oh boy. We've got another feed issue. Did anybody's screen black out just now? It's back. Mine's back. It seemed like a WWE problem, though, not a Netflix problem. Tony would have to be careful if he faced Flair with this. You're right, Lockwood. Speaking of Great American Bash, like Luger, Luger and Flair, eye injuries or whatever, calling off the match would have just been nutty stuff. Okay, well, hopefully I'm not going to be having too many technical difficulties with my stream tonight, but the feed keeps kind of crapping out a little bit on me, the Netflix feed. It's not gone for very long, and it's not buffering. It just like disappears and just comes back. So hopefully I won't miss too much. Right now I'm fine, though. See, Naraku's got the single leg crab here on Tony. He's kicking out of it, though. Suplex into the turnbuckles. George, no, I don't actually have a reliable connection to the CW Network Live. The only access I have to it is whatchamacallit, like the app that shows stuff like 24 hours later, which of course is no good for live streaming. But that's my best resource for going through the CW network. One of these days, when I get back on my feet a little bit, though, I would prefer to go through like YouTube TV or something like that and like use the actual CW, the actual, local channel broadcast. Now, let's see. Last time I asked, how do I feel about Sami Zayn as WWE champion? Well, number one, the old chant goes, "You deserve it." Man, I'm happy for Sami. I am interested in the character they're working with right now with him. I'm very curious to see how he will be received on Friday, if the crowd will still boo him now that he's champion. Because, we fans can be fickle about that sort of thing. And then where do we go from here? Does he still have a axe to grind with Cody? Is Gunther get involved? STF coming in from Tony on Naraku in this commercial break. Now, I hear a lot of people already trying to fantasy book that somehow Brock Lesnar will come in and make him a transitional champion. I don't know about all that. I don't know that Brock gets involved on that side of things. But yeah, I'd say just give Sammy a shot to be this character that he is right now. And it doesn't quite matter to me who takes the belt off of him, because Sammy is one of those kind of wrestlers where you could envision anyone taking the belt off him. But if we are sticking with SmackDown people, current SmackDown people, to take the title off of Sammy, I'd have Gunther do it. Maybe not right away, not like next week or anything. I wouldn't mind Sammy taking it to SummerSlam, because at the end of the day, whoever Roman defends the title against at SummerSlam, that's probably going to be your main event. We will either have Oba versus Brock Part 3 or Oba's title match, which I think should be against Roman, probably main eventing SummerSlam. So, oh man, collapsing collapse in the barricade, and Naraku drops Tony. Only 2 count though. Yeah, EO challenged Liv Morgan right away. The weird thing is that EO and Liv actually had a really good match, but all the booking and the build up to that match was so wonky, mainly around Liv Morgan. So the match itself will be good. I'm not concerned about that, but hopefully they can sell the match a little bit better between now and SummerSlam. YouTube TV having commercials currently. That's a bummer. I don't love that. I don't love commercials in general. Last name, if Kevin Owens is ready to go, I would love, the only reason I wouldn't bring up Kevin Owens is I'm just not sure what kind of shape he's in. But I would love a Kevin Sammy world title match. That would be amazing. Because WWE has sorely missed Kevin Owens. He is an excellent superstar. He's smart. He's smart as a promo. He was easily, for my money, easily Cody's best feud as world champion, like just without a doubt. Even without the ladder match and craziness in their spots in their matches, just the feud itself was the best one Cody had, for my money. I don't think Sammy does an open challenge for the title. I think that was more about the U.S. title anyways when Sammy had it than about Sammy, because he was trying to honor Cena, and Cena did that with the U.S. title. I think it had more to do with the U.S. title instead. Will Roxanne or Raquel cost Liv? I think it's a matter of time before that explodes. That is a great question. Last name, who from AAA are we going to see tonight? It would be interesting if we see that that new faction, the one with Carmen Petrovich and the Garzas and Bronco from OTM. That would be very interesting if they're in the house, because they're not competing. Or Robert Stone, only 2 count for Tony, by the way, there on a power slam. Because we saw Robert Stone on Tuesday confirm that AAA superstars will be there. But no one's in a match. They didn't book anything. So I don't know if they'll just wave at the crowd before commercial break or after commercial breaks or what. Or if they'll interfere. Big choke slam from Tony. Is that it? Wow. Tony D retains. And it's not that I'm shocked. He caught Naraku off the ropes with that big dead to rights choke slam. I don't know, man. How do you guys feel in these situations when the champion, like he's a one-eyed champion? He's fighting with that bandage and nothing really happened in the match. I mean, in the very beginning, he sent Naraku. They both went through that barricade. But like when you have that depth of an injury that you're selling in a title match, like it's okay to lose. And I feel like in situations like that where the champion basically only has one eye, those are situations where I'm kind of like, if you lose to a one-eyed champion, you got to go down the totem pole at this point. And I don't know. I feel like that didn't do Naraku any favors. Him coming out with his eye bandaged like this, I think it would have been far better for him to have lost. Yeah, I don't know. Dawsey, what's up, man? I did see Gunther get into it with Aldis at the post show. And if we get a Gunther Aldis match, I would not hate it. I was kind of hoping we'd get Aldis come back to fight Drew. But, you know, Drew's in Hollywood right now, I believe. Yeah, I don't know who's taking the title off Tony. Naraku would have been the one I would have wanted to do it if it was going to be anybody. Unless they're going to elevate, I know this might sound crazy to some of you guys, but unless they're really going to strap the Rocket to Jackson Drake with the Vanity Project, I honestly think he wouldn't be a bad choice for NXT champion. He's got a faction. He's got Michael Lockwood as a sort of enforcer. You could have him sneak his way into being NXT champion. And that could be entertaining. Mason, maybe. I just wouldn't do that anytime soon. Yeah, he just got here. We're getting a video package for Zarya and Tatum Paxley right now, by the way. Yeah, I mean Mason eventually. Again, I feel like he's so new to NXT. I wouldn't be ready to put a title on him just yet. But I mean he's decent. I'm still not totally sold on his look. And not about his weight. It's not about his weight. It's just like he looks so young. He's got a very young face. I just wish he looked a little bit older, which is sounds like a silly thing to say. And maybe it is. But I don't know. There's just something about him where I'm like, not yet. It's hard to describe. He does look a little bit like a high schooler. Yeah, Lockwood. I mean, this is a pretty stacked card. I'm hoping it doesn't feel like Gold Rush. I hope it's a good top to bottom show. I mean, I still don't know about that sort of finish in that first match, but you know, those guys, they went at it though. And we've already got the North American title match coming up next. But not before we get an ad for SummerSlam. Dawsey, I think Mason Rook with a beard wouldn't hurt. I really don't. I really don't think that would be a problem at all. If anything, I think he should give that a shot. I think short hair, beard, like, yeah, I think that could be the ticket. The facial hair, which obviously I'd be one to talk, right? But you know what? To be honest, without this facial hair, I think I have a little bit of a Mason Rook quality to my face either. Because like growing up, before I grew my beard, a lot of people said I had kind of a baby face. You know, just that I looked a lot younger than I actually was. He had a mullet on the Indies. Okay, I'm honestly, the mullet probably would have been better than what he has right now. He just needs something physically to denote him looking a little bit older than he might actually be. I actually don't know how old he really is, so he might look his age. But as it stands, to me, he comes off like someone who looks far younger than he actually is, but too young. Like, you know, he looks like he would be a bully on Saved by the Bell right now. And so, again, not taking away from his wrestling ability. I think he's a fine wrestler. But you do want to look the part and not just be the part when the bell rings. You know, you have to be that, speaking of a Lex Luger reference earlier tonight, a total package, if you will. So, you know, I want success for him. And I just think a little bit of an aging up in his look would do him some favors, in my opinion, as we are on a commercial break now. or Great American Bash. But yeah, what would you guys suggest? Do you guys like Mason Rook the way he is, or do you think he needs a little something extra? I think a beard, honestly, like Dawsey suggested, is probably the way to go. Of course, maybe he can't grow one. Not everyone can, but he moves like Jacob Fatu. He turns 30 this year. Okay, so 29. Yeah, I guess he kind of looks 29. I'm not always great with ages and how people look. But yeah, that's not a terrible thing. I mean, I think it would just put him over the top. I think he would be more of a threat. He'd look like more of a threat. And that guy needs to look like a threat if he's going to be challenging Tony D'Angelo. Oh, 2022 Bash. See Roxy and Braun Breaker, the old NXT alumni. Look, Rhea and Dom back in the day. Trick Williams. Oh, Sol and Zarya last year.
A little trip down memory lane. A little note for you there. First superstar to win any title at this event, Dusty Rhodes in 1985. Tatum Paxley put gold around her waist once again.
Wow, Dusty. Honestly, not a big surprise that Dusty would be the first person to win a title at the Great American Bash. Royce Keys has the opposite problem. Yeah, Royce has some years on him. God bless him. So hopefully he can get his while the getting's good. You never know what your shelf life is when you already have some years on you. What's up, CT Hill? Hey, CT. Go Dogs, my friend. Absolutely. Yeah, Tatum. Am I off to say she's kind of got the schoolgirl vibe, which is different for her? But here comes Zarya, North American champion. And one-on-one for the title. Let's see if Zarya holds on to it. I mean, I feel like actually Zarya and Tatum could both be world title contenders at this point. Tatum's a former NXT champion anyways. And, there is kind of the lingering thing, The Craft. Yeah, you're right about that last name. Maybe that's it. Forgot about that movie. Tatum has kind of done all she needs to do in NXT. She could move up. Zarya could have a run at the world title, I think, if she wanted to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Zarya out here looking menacing. Tatum looking, I don't know, just kind of emotionless here in the corner. Oh, the red eyes, though. I didn't notice that when she came out. Are we getting the spotlight treatment for this match too? Introducing the challenger from Dallas, Texas, Tatum Paxley. Yeah, CT Hill. I mean, Zarya, I don't want her to have a short reign for sure. She is the NXT Women's North American Champion. Yeah, Tatum could pretty much make anything look spooky if she really applies herself. Yeah, she's kind of a mini Ripley. Wants to add Zarya to that list. And Tatum already putting hands on the belt. Oh, and headbutt. Trying to get this thing under control. Kick starts this match. Literally kick with a kick. And Tatum fighting Zarya like she's got her scouted. Oh, stun gun. Zarya coming back. Discus clothesline. Yeah, you know, I mean, I say this, and I do believe that Zarya and Tatum both are qualified to be in the NXT title picture, not the North American title picture. But you've got Lola and Kendal already in the title picture. Kalani Jordan in that picture right now too, and perhaps others. Izzi Dame maybe. Who just lost to Lola. So it could be a little crowded, but and you do need ladies vying for the North American title too. I know you've got Lizzie Rain who just got here, sort of in that division right now. And you know, you got Jada and Natty. I mean, Natty, not really, but you know, you got Jada around, you got Callie Armstrong around. You know, they could build a little more of a division intentionally and build some contenders would be fun. Tatum really going for it.
Stephanie McCare is able to land on her feet. Nice show of strength by Zarya, swing and a miss. Paxley also trying to make some more history.
Jeez, a press headbutt from Zarya. Yeah, Thea Hale is around still too. And she was in the North American title picture when Blake Monroe was still around. Briefly won the title. It was unplanned, I believe, but still happened. Oh, Tatum trapping Zarya in the apron and throwing some bombs. Step up Enziguri. Oh, Tatum thrown over the barricade by Zarya. Oh, Tatum's got her, though. Sleeper on her back, piggyback style. Oh, man. Flattens Tatum's back right on the floor. She looks like she's holding her elbow, though. Okay. On to a break, I believe. Probably a picture-in-picture ad based on the look of things. Yeah, Lockwood, I don't know what Gunther's got up next. I mean, it seems like he might be headed to messing around with Nick Aldis, but we'll see what happens. Although I did hear somebody say if Nick Aldis wasn't going to get back in the ring, that he should recruit Ilya Dragunov to wrestle, you know, representing him, and then give us Ilya and Gunther at SummerSlam, which would be a lot of fun. That would be a real blast.
You can say that again as Zarya back in the ring, hooking the leg. And
so I think Roman is, you know what? That will be interesting to see if Roman mentions Sammy as champion. That would be I'm very curious if that's something that happens or not, or if he just stays in his own lane. Because he might be having to deal with Oba pretty quickly. And he may not have time to give his thoughts on Sammy. What's up, Nico? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for hitting that like button. You guys hit that like button too while you're here. Do me a solid. Let's get those likes up. Got to pump up my numbers, doing rookie numbers. Dueling chants from the NXT crowd.
bench fired up. They have been all afternoon and thus far.
What's up, Swaby? Good to see you, man. For those of you just joining us, Tony D'Angelo successfully defended the NXT title against Naraku in the opening bout. And we're on to our second match here, North American title. Oba and not Oba. Sorry, I read something in the chat. Zarya and Tatum Paxley. Yeah, Lockwood. I wish ESPN came through to YouTube TV. YouTube TV, while it's too expensive for me at the moment, was by far my favorite user interface platform. Is the easiest streaming service to use, most convenient. Absolutely loved it, especially during football seasons and stuff like that. So easy to use. I do miss using that platform. What do I think about Triple H saying that wrestling fans take wrestling too seriously? I think he's right. For the most part, in the chats that you guys do with me for NXT and our predictions and all that kind of stuff, I think our community is pretty healthy. But a lot of the discourse I'll read online, there's a lot of people constantly just trying to get viral attention by having really stupid hot takes or really complaining really loudly at every single development that happens. And they're all like, I'm done with WWE. And then they're already watching the next show. It's just dumb. And I do think that Triple H is onto something if those are the people he's referring to. But it's okay to have an opinion on stuff, but also you don't want to take it too seriously. And that's why, another thing is here at my channel, we try to look for the things that we enjoy instead of focusing on the stuff that gets on our nerves. I mean, we'll mention it from time to time, but we try to be a net positive here at Mark by Wrestling. Should we see Oba on Raw and SmackDown? I mean, I think we should see him on both shows if he doesn't make his decision Monday. Yeah, it was confirmed ESPN is coming to YouTube this fall. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's great. The fall can't come soon enough then for that regard.
Just bounced off that steel post. Yeah, you said resilient, but that was resourceful. Use your environment to your advantage.
Wow, Nico, you're watching a lot of wrestling right now, man. Hope everything is good. Whoa, big crossbody from Tatum. All right, Tatum firing up now. Big kick from Tatum. Trying for a German suplex, but I don't know. You can pull that off on Zarya.
Physically, when it comes to belief in winning this championship. Off that snap German suplex, she delivers another super kick under the jaw of Zarya.
It's amazing how quickly the super kick has de-evolved into just a regular striking move. Yeah, we know Roman's going to be in the house tomorrow. Of course, Oba is going to be in the house. We'll have to see what happens. Superplex from Tatum. She's fired up. Oh, Hardy's won the tag titles again. Oh, she got speared out of her boots, though. Zarya just dropped Tatum. Cutter in the Styles Clash. I know. The cutter has really gotten oversaturated.
And this is the second of 5 championship matches. And I go back to earlier in the matchup. Remember, Zarya dropping all her weight onto Tatum's body on the outside. A senton as well. Another, impact to that midsection with that spear. I'm starting to think Tatum may have some damage that we don't know about. She might have trouble breathing as this matchup goes on.
Swing and a miss. Nico, it's been a good weekend so far. Watched Night of Champions yesterday, and I preached at a friend's church this morning, and we're doing Great American Bash now, and going to end the weekend well with some more wrestling. Now, Zarya pulling up that sort of chokehold sleeper, that hangman's sleeper, but Zarya Tatum fights out of it. I am excited for Ted Lasso season 4. I'm more curious, not judgmental, about it. Tree of Woe. Zarya's in the Tree of Woe. Oh my gosh. Tatum's going to try to coast the Tree of Woe. But Zarya's getting back up.
Champion, challenger, locking eyes. And we talk about turning points of a matchup.
Oh, they're fighting on the apron now. Yeah, Swaby, I think part of it is a little bit of an unhealthy obsession of wanting to be part of the show. And there are a lot of fans out there who I think don't even care as much. Powerbomb to the outside by Tatum. Jeez, Zarya hit hard. A lot of people just want to be smart too. Like they want to act like they know what's going to happen, and you know, it's just one of those things. And that's just not it for me. I really do like to enjoy the show. I just want the show to be done well. Like I want to care about the characters we're watching, just like any movie, any good story. I want there to be good action. Oh, Cemetery Drive on the outside of the ring. Throws Zarya back in the ring. Tatum gets back in. She's going to give it another shot. She's going to give it another shot. She hits it. Middle of the ring. Wow. Zarya took that finish on the outside of the ring and then again on the inside of the ring and still kicked out. That's a big vote of confidence in Zarya. It's rare to take two moves like that. One of them on the outside of the ring and still kick out. NXT is here for it. Big chance for Zarya. Oh, okay. You can keep coming in as much as you want. Oh, F5. Nope. Reversal, roll through. Only two. Big spear right out of the air. Now Zarya going to go for that F5. And boom, F5 right in the middle of the ring. Zarya going for that cover. 2.9. Now Tatum's now we're getting into black and gold NXT indie wrestling mode. All the finishers are getting buried. Zarya, if I've learned anything, I think you have to use the F5 7 times now. Tatum looks dead, but she's laughing. Zarya's just beating a lifeless Tatum. Oh, stomps her face first into the mat. And now another F5. One. There we go. All right. Well, it only took 2 F5s. So the transitive property tells us that Tatum is not as tough as Obafemi. That was a good match. They were on the verge of getting a little silly with the finisher kickouts. They took us right. I think they took us right to the edge of it without going over. The two finishers back to back from Tatum on the outside of the ring and the inside of the ring was really pushing it a bit with me. But it was a good match. Give these ladies credit. They went all out for each other. And that's match 2. Yep. Yeah, Brock had to take 7 F5s to beat Ovafemi. Only took 2 for Zarya to take down Tatum Paxley. So clearly Zarya is tougher than Brock Lesnar. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, they're having a watch party outside. I saw Hang and Tag. Oh, yeah. Kevin Owens is there. I remember them advertising it that Kevin Owens was going to be at the outside. Well, George, we do have the women's speed title match. We got Arianna Grace versus Wren Sinclair, and we've got, speaking of which, Wren QCC.
On a serious note, though, if you rebuild the MQCC, and it might just be the 2 of us, that's all we need, seriously. And I know you're going to beat Arianna Grace tonight. You're Tatum's pizza.
You're so right. And it doesn't matter what happened in the past title matches or in New York. You're going to beat Lola Vice and prove to the world what I already know. Kendal Gray is not the future. She's an out.
Damn right. We're both going to be walking out as champions.
Sure are.
For the
We're in GCC. There you go.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
We got it.
3 more
All right.
still to come, but in moments.
3 more title matches. Both of those ladies in title matches, and also Myles, Borne, and Tavion Heights. I did say that I thought Tavion might actually take this one from Myles. I think we might have something on our hands there. Tavion seems to have a little bit more of an aggressive vibe than last time. But yeah, Shiloh and Tristan coming up next. But yeah, I'm interested in speed match. Obviously interested in the main event. I don't think Lola. I don't think she's going to drop the belt just yet. But Kendal's going to have her time. I think Kendal's got to have her time at some point. I just don't know when. And I think I'm not the only one who shares that sentiment either, you know? Yeah, Saquon and Dion also one-on-one tonight too. So again, stat card. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of issues, you know, being resolved tonight and a lot being addressed. Two matches so far. I think this has been a really solid show. You know, I thought Tony and Naraku was a good match. I still don't know how I feel about the finish of the match. But the match itself was good. And I thought Zarya and Tatum was really good. That I honestly think that was the better match. Zarya retaining, I think, was the right call. Another great match. They really went all out. You know, they did get a little, you know, casual with finisher kickouts there at the end. They didn't go too far. It was just enough to kind of make you go like, what, you know, but yeah, it was still good. So I think this has been a good show so far. And honestly, I think Zarya Tatum was better than Tony Naraku. So yeah, good show so far. What do you guys think so far? We're only 2 matches in, but what is it? What are everyone's thoughts? That's true. At least there's only 1 commercial break in the match, not 3. That is going to be the challenging thing about NXT's PLEs being on the CW versus like ESPN or something. because you are going to have commercial breaks because it's broadcast TV. So that's going to be an issue. But watching it through Netflix, you at least get to keep watching the picture-in-picture stuff live, which is nice. But yeah, that's tough. Vanity Project.
Don't want to talk to you. Of course, you know the three of you made this past Tuesday for me more chaotic than it already was. You make money or don't you still? Star power rating. Throws money folk for real. Because if you weren't, the Vanity Project would be all over the Great American Bash. You guys are such big stars, right? Yeah, we're the biggest stars in NXT. Current longest reigning champs, actually. Okay, well, if you're such big stars, hey, your punishment, Jackson, Tuesday is you and Mason Rooker going one-on-one. Whoa, what the hell are you doing? It's going to be a very big for the Vanity Project because Brandon and Ricky, you're defending your NXT Tag Team Championship. Well, against who? The guys I'm supposed to be meeting with right now, actually. That's probably them. From AAA, Dr. Wagner Jr. and his brother, Delano. Oh, my God. Good to meet you guys.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Vanity Project defending the titles against AAA, Dr. Wagner and his brother on Tuesday. And then, there's Nikita, Evolved Champion. And, there's KO. And then Jackson Drake and Mason Rook going one-on-one on Tuesday. That ought to be a good match. Dave LaGreca.
That's how much a title means to somebody, right? I think he lost his eye, right? It's gone. He's never going to get it back. And but he retained the title. Very good. Very good.
Indeed, he did.
I miss KO.
NXT Women's North American Champion tonight. And with what we've seen from her against winning that NXT Women's North American Championship, now going 2-0 against Tatum Paxley. How dominant is Zarya here in NXT? Dominant for sure. She is definitely dominant. We may have seen one of the matches of the year between those two here tonight at the Great American Bash. Certainly an incredible matchup here tonight. And guys, we still have 3 more championships to be decided here tonight. It's a big night at the Bash. You guys expecting anything else?
KO is wearing a Waylon Mercy shirt.
Right. We have not seen any title changes yet. We'll see the rest of the show.
I had a T-shirt that said Kevin is right for a while, which makes sense. And I'm really looking forward to the next 2 matches. Fist and Angels, I'm a fan of his. Working with him at LG. Or she went from LG. No, he's good. Trust me. Saquon also said on Tuesday that members of Dark State can't wipe their asses without him helping them do it, which is a very strange thing to say, but I'm curious to see how it translates into the ring.
The words of Saquon, Shugars, and of course,
NXT match of the year so far? Oh boy. That's a good question. I'd really have to go back. You know what? I will do that. We're going to need to go into the history books and find out about that and see. We'll have to go back to the beginning of the year and take a look. But we will do that.
For this man's opponents, but even you seemed a little bit put off by Shiloh Hill this past Tuesday.
Yeah, I've seen some real characters in my time in this.
Let's see.
I simply cannot get a handle of Shiloh Hill. I've heard it called a on-ball genius. To me, he's something of a demented lunatic, but perhaps there is a little method to the madness, and undoubtedly this is one powerhouse athlete in his own right.
Shiloh Hill making his entrance tonight.
Why are you standing?
Oh, standing to attention, Vic Joseph, because this man gets my juices flowing.
Tristan. First off, the sash you see Angel's wearing that says Mr. NXT is not his. That belongs to his opponent, Shiloh Hill. Secondly, is it time for Angels to put up or shut up?
Oh,
in
he
NXT?
certainly will. This charming man is not just a pretty face. He can get down and dirty when he needs to. Let me correct you on something, Mr. Vic Joseph. That is the real Mr. NXT. Forget Matt Matthews and his nonsense officiating.
Oh yeah, you know what? Fraxium's match with Noam Dar and Romeo was good. Also, not for nothing, the speed match with Frazier and Moreno was Romeo was really, really good too. I know it was only 3 minutes, but the way they were able, I still think about how they were able to choreograph the finish of their match in like 5 seconds with the top rope spot. That was so well done. I was going back in Wikipedia through the old shows. There was also a tag match, I think, with Wren and Kendal versus somebody. I can't remember. I think it might have been Fatal Influence. I think it was Wren and Kendal versus Fallon and Laney. Was really good. And then also to the casket match between Blake Monroe and Tatum was really good too. But yeah, Fraxium with Noam Dar and Romeo was a really good tag match too. So those are, I would say, my off the top of my head match of the year contenders for NXT this year. I started going back and then I realized I was back in 2025. So I had to come back forward again.
It has been all Shiloh Hill. Angel doing his best right now. Of course, so former LFG winners had the tutelage of the Undertaker, but Brendan Tatum Paxley has to be broken for his friend after what we saw moments ago. But Tristan Angels now has taken over this.
Tristan and Shiloh. I feel like Shiloh should take this match. Although we could stop finding Lola Gray and JC. I think it was. Yeah, that was a good match too, for sure. Do I think Tristan Angels needs a manager or a group? No, I think he could use a little bit of a remix on his theme song, though. It's a little too squeaky. But we'll see. We'll see how it comes along. But yeah, Tristan's getting there. Meanwhile, I have a guest. The missus is coming to watch Great American Bash with me. No. I haven't given you enough room. Okay. All right. Of course. He's like, are you trying to get somewhere? Let me be in the middle. Oh my gosh. Okay. TNA introduced a Knockouts TV championship with 16 knockouts in it, like a tournament. I didn't even know there were 16 knockouts in TNA. That's what they call the women wrestlers.
Oh.
Or knockouts for TNA. Anyway, this is Shiloh Hill.
Okay. This in his jeans.
Yeah. He might remind you of one of your relatives, maybe. Just in the good parts.
Okay.
The good, fun-loving, but maybe a little unhinged at times parts. And then this is Tristan Angels. He kind of reminds me.
Why are you just outing that to the people?
No, we like him.
Right.
No, he's a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy. And the other guy kind of reminds me of like a British version of what Shawn Michaels used to be like when he was young and cocky. Yeah.
Okay. He's just a sexy
Well, he was
boy.
just a sexy boy. Right, exactly. So there we are.
as Angels puts on the shoulder first.
Oh, shoulder first into the corner. Yeah, NXT is, they're having a big deal. So, this is like one of their big shows, right? But it's airing on the CW network, which is big for them. That's where their weekly TV has. And this is like the first time they put one of their big shows on the CW channel. So like this is airing on like broadcast TV right now. It's just good for them.
Yeah.
So they're hitting the big time because they put the Slim Jim logo on the mat,
Right,
like they
that's
do for
legit,
Raw
legit.
and SmackDown. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So
Does this character remind you of Triple H?
the
Like
Tristan Hayes.
Mhm.
I mean, early on, the Heart Brit kid. Yeah, that's what we call him sometimes. Tristan Angels. Early Triple H, he was like a snobby Greenwich, Connecticut blue blood kind of character. That a little bit, but not the Triple H everybody kind of knows now. Oh, and the neighbor's cat has come to say hi too, looking happy as ever. Hey. Uh-oh. He's being taken.
That looks creepy.
Yeah, Dawsey, that was also a great match. Uh-oh. Did the camera go under the ring? Okay. We're doing one of these. What is happening? Is that an alarm clock? Oh, it's an alarm on a cell phone. Have you guys ever seen those memes where it's like me watching wrestling and it shows a picture of a really good match, and then it's like my wife or my girlfriend comes to watch wrestling with me, and then it shows the most silly, ridiculous thing? I feel like I'm living that out in real time right now. Why is he wearing... He's like wearing a mask from The Strangers.
What is happening? What's happening? Who is that?
Now I'm very confused. Like, here's the thing. The Shiloh guy, when he first debuted,
Who was under the thing?
that's what we don't know right now, because we're led to believe it was him.
No, because he had on different pants, and that man can't change that fast.
Right. I was gonna say when he first debuted, there was a Bray Wyatt-ish quality to him.
Okay.
That we haven't seen in a while, because he's just been like happy-go-lucky, goofy kind of,
Right.
and that's kind of the first foray back into that. It's been a little while. So yeah,
the team of Bray Wyatt.
a bit. I'm still trying to make sense of what we just saw. The thing about getting weird in wrestling is it can be really amazing, or it can be embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all or nothing. I don't think there's any weirdness in wrestling that's like just in the middle. It's like really awesome, like Danhausen or something, and then it's that. And this suplex, oh my goodness.
It looked like a little gentle as a put down, I gotta say.
A little bit. Well, they don't want to get hurt.
Don't get me started.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like that. You know, I don't like that.
Yeah. All right. We're heading to commercial here with Tristan and Shiloh. Yeah, so it looks like picture in picture, but this is an interesting
Listen,
match.
it's like you can't expect me to go there with you if you're like setting someone down like you set down a toddler. Like,
Yeah.
I can't go there.
If you just got done trying to basically murder them under the ring.
Yeah, and then you're like, dude,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Well, and that's been one of my complaints with modern wrestling in general,
Yeah.
is that there is an art to the athleticism
Yeah.
that you still have to communicate the drama of I want to hurt you.
Right. 100%.
And so when you try to do things that you think are going to look cool, but they demand that you be careful when you execute them,
Yeah.
you lose the I want to hurt you part of it.
Right.
And so that's why, like me, you know, like my brother and AJ and some of us old people have, you know, complained a little bit about wrestling is the best times in wrestling. I'll even hold up Cody's dad, Dusty Rhodes, great at fighting in a way that made it look like he wanted to hurt the person he was in the ring with. Because that's at the end of the day, that's what wrestling is, people pretending to hurt each other. And they're going to make you believe that you want to see them hurt.
Right.
And sometimes you do hurt them just a little bit just to sell it, like Gunther. But you're not actually trying to like drop them on their heads and stuff.
Mm.
But maybe I will give you a little slap to the chest for real, you know.
You're
Not
gonna
you,
give me
no.
a slap to the chest.
No, I'm not trying to convince.
Slap you to the-
I'm not trying to convince anybody that I want to hurt you. We're not in a match. Although you're wearing all the heel list right now, so
Right. So if
So I'm gonna have to
anybody's
watch out for
gonna
you.
slap anybody, we know who it is.
Ilya Dragunov is a great example of that, Lockwood, of very convincing that he's actually trying to win a match, trying to actually hurt somebody. Yeah, RT. Yeah, when wrestlers stretch their opponents, like, you know, people who had actual amateur wrestling backgrounds and had the knowledge to put on a hold that could actually hurt you if you applied the right amount of pressure, but you know how to manage that in the performance to where it's not hurting, or at least not hurting as much.
Right. That's my expectation. Is that they know how to do it where they don't hurt each other. But
Yes. But the things
I'm
they're
not
doing can't
privy
hurt.
to it.
Right. Yeah. That is the real art of wrestling.
Yes.
Not how good of a gymnast you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm old in that regard.
You're a traditionalist.
Yes.
You're not old in anything.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, another gimmick, part of the silly part of Shiloh,
Mm-hmm.
he has false teeth up front,
Okay.
and like when his teeth come out is like when he gets real mad in the match.
He takes his teeth out.
Sometimes they get knocked out. It's kind of like one of those things where it's happenstance that flips his switch in the match.
So
But
he
I-
doesn't have Roman Reigns money yet.
No, he's in NXT. None of them have Roman Reigns money yet. So yeah, maybe when Shiloh makes it to the main roster, he'll get that Roman money, and then the teeth spot will have to go away because he'll get the veneers like the tribal chief.
Uh-huh.
Those tribal teeth, if you will. I don't mean to be a hater, you guys. That under the ring spot really like rubbed me the wrong way. And I can't believe this match is still going. I thought it would be over by now. That was a fun spot, though. They used the steps outside the ring. Shiloh ran up the steps and did a spear through the middle of the ropes. Coming off the top, meets him with a code breaker.
I guess he does have the
Two.
little zebra
Whatnot.
stripes on his pants, so maybe they're trying to say that what we were seeing underneath was that.
Yeah.
But it looked like black and white pants.
Yeah. I mean,
don't know.
I think it was him. It was just like taped earlier in the night or whatever, you know, like,
Mhm.
hey, Shimonica, did I
Oh,
see that?
what you're saying. Like the under the ring was taped earlier.
Yes. Yeah. Two. Shiloh takes it. I mean, as I had predicted, I thought he would have been the right call to win the match, just how things have been going. But oh boy, weakest match of the night so far for me. And I mean, it's not a terrible match. That spot in the middle really did something to me, though. That was
good.
that was
I
clean.
liked that.
That was a clean spot right there. Did I see Apollo Crews in TNA? I did see that on social media before the show started. I'm glad he's found a landing place. I feel like, man, that's a risky move right there. The back suplex into the neck breaker coming off the top. Good finish though.
Just that kid just like all out screaming.
No. Mr. NXT. I'll have to explain that to you
Uh-huh.
later. I think TNA is a good landing spot for Apollo Crews, though.
Oh, you're right about the teeth. He's so out of breath.
Might not be perfect, might not be polished. Unfortunately for me, That ain't a factor in winning. Tonight is a perfect example why no one sleeps on Shallow Hill.
All right. Well, crowd's behind him, and that's rule number one. So, the other guy
Uh-huh.
was like, "I'm Mr. NXT." You can see he's very pageanty looking.
Yeah, sure.
So they had an actual pageant
Oh,
a
my.
couple weeks ago. It was weak. It wasn't good. It could have been entertaining, but it wasn't good. Oh, there's Natty. Natty has been run afoul of Jada Parker recently, and these are her little mean girlfriends.
Business has tapped out to the sharpshooter. And if you want to make it to the top of the WWE, you've got to listen to the low key legend. I mean, look at Nikita. Brand new evolved women's champion. You are amazing. And Carmen.
She does too much.
Triple A and looking beautiful with doing it. And Layla officially earning her invite to the dungeon. You are a rock star. Guys, I don't want soft women in my business. And if I'm being perfectly honest, Jada's gotten really, really soft. I'm sorry, Natty, but I haven't been here long. That locker room is hard to survive, so maybe we can give Jada a little break. Maybe Jada grows a pair. Don't worry, Natty. I'll handle it. And I know you will.
What's that mean for women?
What? I don't. Grows a pair of what, Natty?
Stone, I know it's Great American Bash. I know it's a big night. I'm not gonna let Keanu Carter keep moving like that. I beat him and he couldn't handle it, so he wants to put me through.
They need to put a name card on this man because even it took me a minute to remember who this is. It's EK Prosper, a new guy.
You have to wait because even though what happened with Keanu happened, I understand it was a good thing that happened after the match. You still won the
Yeah,
match.
Jada and Natty are not done yet, which I'm happy to see because I think they have a lot of chemistry together. Shamanica, so match one, Tony D'Angelo successfully defended against Naraku, and then Zarya retained against Tatum Paxley. Those were the first two matches before Shiloh and Tristan. And coming up next, Speed Championship, Wren Sinclair. So that match has a fixed time limit of 5 minutes
Okay.
for this title defense. So every month or so, they have a men's champion and a women's champion, and they do a little tournament.
Mhm.
All the tournament matches are 3 minutes. So you have 3 minutes to win the match. And whoever wins that tournament gets a shot at the title in a 5-minute match.
Okay.
So it's called the Speed title.
Like it.
Yeah. Swaby, back in the days where the wrestlers had terrible gimmicks, Ringmaster, Rocky Maivia, Isaac Yankem, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, some of those guys, again, the biggest names in wrestling. Absolutely. Like, that's the thing. Like the Macho Man used to say, the cream rises to the top. If you've got the gift, you can survive bad booking if you've got the talent and you can rise above. And all those guys did. So we'll see how that goes. And I don't think Shiloh's got terribly bad booking. I think it's just kind of similarly to what I've said about
That picture is so creepy.
who? Sorry, my eyes were
Yeah,
closed.
it's just on there. I don't know who it was.
Similarly, as I've said about Nikita Lyons, sometimes you just kind of need to pick a lane with her character. Pick a lane with Shiloh Hill and lean into it. Like he can be creepo all day long, or he can be a goofy, fun-loving but dangerous guy too. I don't know. Jumping into both lanes, I don't know. I'm not fully resonating with that yet.
I hear you. I mean, I definitely wasn't resonating with that, though. I'm just like a passerby.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really can say.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of just what you're saying, like pick a lane. I mean, I do feel like, Bray Wyatt obviously did multiple things and he did them all well.
He did.
And they didn't pick a lane.
That's true.
And he was like, he had 3 lanes open.
True. Yeah. And I mean, the idea I think is, that I'm coming from too, is not so much that nobody can travel in multiple lanes, but I think you have to be really special to be able to do that.
Sure.
And I'm not saying that Shiloh isn't. I'm saying I just don't know yet.
Yeah,
if he
he's
is.
not there yet.
Because it took Bray a while before he did a multi-lane character
Yeah.
like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, the good news about wrestling is that wrestlers just reinvent themselves
Yeah.
a million times.
It is the soap opera aspect. All of a sudden, you're the evil twin.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're the weird cousin from the Alps or something that
If
shows up.
something doesn't work, you can reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's
You
just
totally
like,
can.
you have to be able to be that flexible and really lean into whatever the new thing is enough for the fans to buy it. And then
Yeah.
you get fresh starts over and over and
Uh-huh.
over as long as you can navigate that.
RC Rick, 100% accurate. Mick Foley is a great example. Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind, and also Mick Foley himself was a bit of a different character. He ran multiple personalities at the same time. One of the kind of purveyors of that, that was a good 20 years before Bray Wyatt did.
Mhm.
And so great example. Yeah, it's achievable, but it is a rarefied air, for sure. George, you call in Wren to retain. Obviously, I want Wren to retain. She's my favorite female
Mhm.
wrestler on the roster right now.
Thanks for adding wrestler.
Yeah, of course. You're my favorite female. But she's my favorite female wrestler on the roster right now. And obviously she's going up against Arianna Grace, who is Santino's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
So she's in a faction called Birthright,
Uh-huh.
which is a bunch of second generation or third generation wrestlers. So
Yeah.
people whose dads and moms, I grew up watching or whatever.
Right.
Actually, no moms. It's all fathers. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, Tatum Paxley doing in America. Hank, I see. Lola, I see that too. But there's also one guy in the group who is Santino's daughter's fiance. And low key, we all kind of hate on him. We're like, you're not actually, you're in there by marriage. Like,
Wow. If you could have gotten into wrestling by marriage, you would have done it.
yeah, I totally would have.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I hate him because I ain't him. He's in
Right.
wrestling. And no, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Sorry.
I'm
I
not
couldn't
jealous.
Give you the
I can't believe
The
your
wrestling
father wasn't
bloodline.
a successful wrestler that I couldn't have married into.
so
What a shame. Oh man. Was that an America commercial sponsored by Arby's? Man, you know what?
Was it America 250.
There was no corporate synergy in WWE programming like NXT's. Like, we're going to show you this blood feud sponsored by Progressive Insurance. They do that every week. All this stuff. These are all previous Great American Bashes of people who are now on the main roster. There's Obafemi. We saw Tiffany Stratton, LA Knight earlier. And here comes Birthright. So it's time for the speed title match. So we've got coming out. I don't know how many of the dads you're going to remember, but here that's Charlie Dempsey. That's Regal's son.
Okay.
This is a guy named Connors. His dad was Fit Finley, the Irish guy. Remember, he had the little leprechaun guy with him for a while.
Okay.
That's the fiance. His
Uh-huh.
name is Stax. There's Santino's daughter.
Uh-huh.
Her name's Arianna Grace. And also there was a guy named Brian Pillman. I don't think he wasn't around by the time we got together. Sadly he died young. But he was awesome back in the day. And his son is in here too.
Hate to run, but my sourdough timer is going off.
Okay, no. By all means. Hey Celeste, how you doing?
Certainly, Wade. Lexus King has had to have given Ariana Grace some tips.
All right, guys. Wren QCC. Wren's up. She's coming out alone. Kendal not coming with her. Of course, Kendall's got a title match tonight. She's probably focused. All right, Wren, hang in there. No knee bandage, no crutch, obviously. Doing well, Celeste. How are you doing? I'm glad. Happy to be alive on a Sunday. Happy to be watching wrestling. That's right. This isn't fair to Sinclair. In the adapted words of Bobby Heenan. Yeah, Lockwood, Kaiji Muto, and the Great Muta. Muta also a rarefied performer. The first major exposure I had to Japanese wrestling. I know I'm afraid of that Shamanica. Deep down, I'm scared that Wren might turn on Kendal tonight if she loses this match. I hope it doesn't happen, though. All right. Come on, Wren. Keep that title. Ooh, double clothesline. You just got to survive 5 minutes and you keep the title.
As this one's underway, looking for the count and a quick kick out as we're 10 seconds in to the Speed Championship match.
I'll say this. If somehow Wren doesn't win this match, yes, air conditioning, what a blessing. It's got to be shenanigans, right? 4-on-1. And Wren is a far better performer than Arianna. Speed champs get side plates. I didn't even notice that. That's pretty dope. How's it look?
Well, it's just dough right now.
Oh, it's just dough. Okay.
And so I'm just stretching and folding.
Stretching and folding. Okay. Got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
All right. So we got the speed clock on the screen.
Okay.
Keeping tabs. Now, Wren is best friends with another wrestler named Kendal Gray, who is also very, very talented.
Okay.
She's like legit amateur skill.
Mm-hmm.
And she is challenging Lola Vice for the women's title in the main event tonight.
Okay.
So she's not out here watching Wren's back.
Gotcha.
So she's kind of got a 4-on-1 disadvantage here, or 5-on-1 really. All right, 3.5 minutes left. Chris Wrestling Views, good to see you, man. Doing all right, man. It's a happy Sunday. It's a great day the Lord has made, and we're here watching wrestling in the afternoon. It's great. Shiloh won that match, Chris. It was up and down. There was some good wrestling in that match, and there was also some real wonky, spooky stuff too, which you may just have to look up online. They did a weird pre-taped segment under the ring. It was a little jarring for me, but still, both those guys worked it out. Shiloh won, and now we're under 3 minutes left in the match.
I know you just explained this to me, but
Yes.
what happens if nobody's like pinned or whatever by the end of
If the clock runs out, she retains the title.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to beat the champion.
Before this.
Yes.
Got it.
And like when they're in tournament mode, when it's 3-minute matches, if the clock runs out, you both lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like this, you just have to stay alive if you're the champion.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Understanding that Wren has been battling the injuries into another cover and another kick out is now under
Okay.
2 minutes,
Let's make a turn
20
back.
seconds.
All right, 2:20.
Coach her up. Wren Sinclair out here by herself. That is something Wren Sinclair said she would do. Along with Kendal Gray, they would do the fighting on their own, hoping both to walk out champions inside.
All right, now we're at the 2-minute mark here. Surviving here. Nepoception, Dossie. You're absolutely right, man. Stacks. 4th of July. Oh man, yeah, we're looking forward to the holiday.
Already this weekend.
I know, it's crazy. It happens so fast. It's showing my age here by saying this, but man, the year's really flying by. But I mean, it is.
It is.
NXT Universe has been at a fever pitch all night long here at the Great
All right, 90 seconds left.
90 seconds. It's a tie. Wren will stay champion, but you know she
Flying off the top. All right.
victory. She wants to pin or tap Grace. Minute 15 coming right back in.
Oh.
Catching
Oh.
Grace big shot.
Oh,
My goodness.
goodness.
Starting to rock and roll as we approach 60 seconds.
This is what I like about Wren Sinclair. She is opportunistic in that.
Double underhook. All right, we're down to the last minute. Oh, no. Here they come. And Dempsey, they used to be friends, too.
Sure.
They used to be in a group together.
He looks like
There you go, Wren. Don't lose it. Wren, stay focused. Oh, no. No, no, no. Woo! She kicked out.
he looks like Cody from the Sister Wives show.
I know who you're talking about. Man, I thought we lost that one. 25 seconds. Airplane spin. Oh. 20 seconds. All right, come on. She's got her wrenched in. She taps. There we go. Wren retains. You love to see it. I got to tell you guys, I was nervous that title was going to change in this match because the other guy and that looks like American flag threw up on him. He's actually the men's speed champion right now.
Literally forgot there was one.
It's one fourth generation wrestler. Didn't quite make it.
The Rock's daughter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Ava.
Are you so surprised I knew that?
Way to go. No, I'm not surprised at all because you're brilliant. Anyway, what a crazy submission hold. The flexibility you have to be able to pull that off, first of all. And also, your arms wrenched back like that. Crazy. She's pouting, much like her dad used to. Exactly, RT Rick. That's the thing. He said, Wren's just too good. Too bad she makes everyone else look good, too. That is like job security in wrestling, but also like the kiss of death for being a superstar. If you're really good at making everybody else look good, they're going to put you in that role.
Yeah, making everybody else look good.
Yeah, you're right, George. No title changes. We have 2 title matches left. Myles Borne defends against Tavion Heights, and then Lola Vice and Kendal Gray.
I mean, maybe you'll disagree with me.
Okay.
I'm open to it because I don't know anything about anything.
Okay.
I know a lot about sourdough, but I don't
Yes.
know a lot about wrestling. But I think Cody makes everybody look good.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I think he's good.
And he is a star.
That's
No,
true.
I mean, like there are some. Well, there's some superstars who are bad at making everybody else look good.
Yes.
They just stink at it.
Yes.
But there's the ones like him. I feel like he does a great job of like selling everything for everyone.
The generation before him, Bret Hart was notoriously good at that too.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was good at that too.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I've said this before out loud in the house, so you probably already know this, but some people might be surprised to learn Brock Lesnar, very good at that. It's just when he decides to do it. He made Obafemi look like Godzilla.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
You know, I'm just not a fan.
You don't have to be a fan of Brock. When I say that he's good at stuff, I'm not expecting people to be like, "Oh, Brock's my favorite now."
The thing is, during the time that I was watching most regularly with you,
Yes,
he had the personality of a cardboard box.
he still kind of has the personality.
And I was just like, I can't with that. Like,
Sure.
literally would just walk out and just stare like there was no thought in his brain. And Paul Heyman would talk for him.
Yes.
And I was just like, are we all supposed to be impressed? Because he looks like an idiot who doesn't have a thought in his head and he's not doing anything. He just comes out, he does like 2 moves and he's done. And I hated him. And you were like, I love him. And I was like, he is the worst. There's no entertainment value at all.
I think the fact that he was successful as a legitimate UFC fighter and then came back added a level of legitimacy to him as a wrestler.
I just wasn't here for it.
That's okay. You don't have to be.
I saw him in any other iterations, you know, so I just only saw him like that. And I was like, we're all just supposed to be happy to see him because he came back from UFC. I'm not. I don't even know the guy.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I understand your position.
Yeah.
So Tristan Anderson looks like he could be the cousin of Pete Dunne. Yeah, I mean, you know, something about being English, Chris. Checking the sourdough. Okay. Yeah, man. So the Dark State match is coming up next. Yeah, we're all very relieved that Wren Sinclair is still the speed champion, which I'm happy to see. Shugars, yeah, I mean, this is Saquon's match to lose for sure. You know, before they kicked Saquon out of Dark State, I really would have thought they were going to strap the rocket to Dion Lennox because, you know, he was the one kind of getting that singles juice from Dark State before, you know, all the guys left, you know, Trick Williams, Obafemi, Javon Evans and stuff. However, now that they eliminated Saquon out of the group and then Saquon came back around and dropped Osiris and Cutler in retaliation, what I've found really intriguing and entertaining about this feud is this dichotomy of Saquon coming out and saying, you know, I was the guy who cut my teeth in independent wrestling. I'm an actual wrestler's wrestler. You're just one of these guys. who, you know, is a D1 athlete who's been signed, you know, NIL wise or whatever. And they kind of pull back the curtain a tiny bit on the backgrounds of these two men, which is kind of symptomatic of a future war or a greater war for stardom in WWE these days. Because, you know, on a greater level, Saquon is your Sami Zayn's and your Kevin Owens's and your Cody Rhodes's of WWE. And Dion Lennox is like your Obafemi's and your Trick Williams's and others, you know, these guys who have these big athletic backgrounds who just took to wrestling. Your Bianca Belair's who really took to wrestling and came in through it. So it's intriguing. I don't know that we should do a full on kind of invasion or, you know, faction versus faction thing, but I do like that they're exploring the tension in that, especially at the NXT level, because that's the gateway, right? So it's cool that they're exploring that tension of those two sides of getting into WWE and how they do that. So hopefully, you know, unless there is shenanigans outside the ring with Cutler and Osiris, which there could be, of course, it's going to be very interesting if this match is clean in its finish, the message that WWE sends on that, you know? Chris Wrestling Views want to know your reaction and thoughts on Night of Champions yesterday and give us a rundown. Yeah, okay. I'll do that while we're still on break. First and foremost, Oba and Jay. Absolute right call. No, just clean match, no interference. Oba puts him down, which is exactly what it needed to be. Liv Morgan and Io Sky. It was the right winner, too. Oba should have won that tournament from the jump. Io and Liv, I'm glad Io is queen of the ring. I'm iffy on her choosing Liv Morgan. I kind of wanted to see her choose Rhea Ripley because they have history. However, Io and Liv had a really good match, and I feel like that almost got a little ruined because Danhausen cursed her before the beginning of the match, and we're all like, well, now we all know Liv's going to lose, right? As Dark State is starting to make their entrance. I'll keep going. The cage match was a good cage match. I love a cage match where someone actually bleeds. Props to Braun Breaker for getting some color in that match. I would have preferred Braun to win that match instead of Seth. But you know what? I feel like those two are done with each other now. So we can close the book on Seth Rollins and the Vision as far as I'm concerned. And let's just hit the reset button tomorrow and let Braun do something new and fresh and build him up again. And Seth, whatever. Do whatever we need to do with Seth. What were the other matches? There was another match, wasn't there, before? Oh, the two U.S. title matches. I thought the two U.S. title matches were fine. They felt like really good SmackDown matches, you know? I kind of wanted Jade to win over Tiffany. Props to Jade for being like the only heel all night long who actually was booed by the crowd. Shout out to her. Saquon. Oh, Saquon's got a new Tron, new video. I kind of like that. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. Don't get no sweeter than that. He's got a cane. Oh, his baseball bat looks like a candy cane. That's pretty dope. And then Trick and Ricky went exactly like I should have thought it, like I thought it should have went. And then Sammy winning the title, man. I'm happy with it. I was not convinced they would pull the trigger on it, and they did. And you know what? One thing that's been missing from WWE these days is unpredictability. I know a lot of people theorized about it, and A and B did both predict that he would win. However, I think the greater fandom has often accused WWE of being a little stale, being a little predictable, maybe. And you know what? I'm happy to see them take a chance on some stuff. They're taking a chance on making Obafemi a monster from the jump. They're taking a chance on Sammy being the WWE champion. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's next as the bell rings. And here we go with Saquon and Dion. Yeah, Swaby. It felt like they might have been telegraphing Jade losing. You never, I mean, that you kind of get conditioned to expecting a certain result when you see that, but you just never know. But yeah. And also I like Tiffany having Chelsea Green with her. Any more Chelsea we get on TV is good entertainment. Yeah, RT, a lot of people felt that way about Sammy being the one to beat Roman. But yeah, I mean, I was still all for Cody doing it at that point, but I'm not going to deny Sammy got crazy over when he did his stint with the Bloodline. Saquon finally takes his jacket off. He's got some KT tape or something on his back.
The Dark State arrived over 15 months ago. Many thought it was Shugars who put it all together. He was the planner. He was the unwritten leader of the group, so to speak, that they didn't want to wait around. They didn't want to wait their turn. They wanted to take what they thought.
Big boot by Dion.
We all started to see a shift in focus of Dark State. Thanks to this.
Right, Chris Wrestling Views. A lot of people were wrong on the WWE title match and on King of the Ring, and I love it. I love it when we're wrong. I love it when the fandom gets actually surprised. So I was happy to see that. Yeah, that was shocking too, Swaby, for sure. Well, RT, KO surprisingly is actually right outside the building right now at the outdoor Great American Bash watch party. So the fact that he's getting some TV time right now, post Sammy's title victory, who knows? I hope he's doing well, though. He looked healthy while he was out there in his super casual outfit.
Saquon Sugar said, "You're just an indie guy. I've already passed you up. In your opinion, Dion,
Dawsey, you ain't kidding, man." And I, not I alone, but I was one of the people just to be like, y'all, Oba's just going to beat him. Like, I did not think Brock was coming all the way to Riyadh for a run-in. I did not believe that one bit. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Oba picks Roman and Brock decides to show up then to ruin his title shot. But we'll see. Or Brock could show up after Oba wins the title to challenge him. That's another way of doing it too. That could actually be really fun if Oba retires Brock as WWE champion or world champion. Be a lot of fun. All right. Here comes Cutler and Osiris. One thing, Chris Wrestling Views, I do think you're onto something with Cody, is the same way I felt about Charlotte for a while too. They're both mega talented, and I think sometimes we don't get a chance to really see that because they were not Charlotte so much right now, but how she used to be. We're just constantly either with a title or being a title contender. And I would love for Cody to just get to tell a story with another top talent and do an angle with somebody that he could just go after. And it not have to have the end game goal of being champion. Because I always go back to Jake the Snake and the Macho Man. They hated each other like crazy and gave us some really memorable moments. And there was no title involved in that feud at all. Just two dudes who hated each other. Jake the Snake and Ted DiBiase. Honestly, just Jake the Snake, period, was great at having feuds with people that didn't involve a title. I mean, a real title, not the $1 million belt doesn't count, but those are always great stories. Dion Lennox with almost like a Blue Thunder backbreaker. Dude, Chris, if Femi beats Roman at SummerSlam, I'll be here for it, man. I don't think that's the wrong call. I think Roman is and the bloodline and that whole story. If you're doing a bloodline story with Roman being present for it, I will say it doesn't matter if the belt is involved or not. Now, you do need Roman for it to be a bloodline story worth watching, because we tried it with Solo and the MFTs and people lost interest. But yeah, that's the thing, Swaby. Yeah, I mean, Femi would be the great one to do that. I see Femi versus the bloodline like Sting versus the NWO. Like, and honestly, I see Roman kind of like a Hollywood Hogan figure where he can walk around with all this swagger and this confidence now. But if just Oba, it doesn't have to be anybody else. It doesn't have to be Sammy or Cody or Seth or whoever. If just Oba shows up, he starts to act a little shook. If Roman can do that for just one guy, it's a big deal. Kind of like how Brock did for Oba. Like, you can really make a mega star if you take one of your big stars and have them be a little troubled by just one dude. You can't always do that. You have to pick your moments and stuff. But I think they have an opportunity to really make a legend out of Oba Femi. And also, that would be a fun change of pace for Roman matches too, because Roman's got a style of match. Some people love it, some people don't. I find it a little stale after a while. It's very slow paced, very talky. And it's not always it.
Saquon is staying one step ahead of Shugars in this match.
Well, it shows you why intellect, IQ are so crucial in this game. It's not just about fighting. It's not just about athleticism. It really is.
Yeah, Chris Wrestling Views, I agree. Charlotte versus Jade can be a great story, and it doesn't have to eat up a title, which is a great thing.
We've come a long way from these two being tag team champions. We've come a long way from Dion.
Yeah, Charlotte and Jade has the star power to it that doesn't demand a title be involved.
Partners no more, and Dion, Lennox, and Dark State.
I feel like this match has kind of slowed the pace down a little bit. I do feel like this match is, I wouldn't call it the death spot of the card, but we have kind of reached a bit of a slow point in the card. Unless these guys can pick up the pace. Big spine buster by Dion. Dion's got a really good spine buster. Yeah, I expect to see Oba Femi show up not long after we see Roman on Raw. If we don't actually see Oba first come out and call his shot. Last name, I am skeptical. Here's the thing, is that if you guys have noticed, Peacock has pretty much removed most of their WWE content off of there now. Even NXT is not putting their PLEs on Peacock anymore with the one we're watching. Saturday night's main event is the only current WWE thing that airs on there now. And also Saturday night's main event is not airing on NBC anymore. It's exclusively on Peacock. And the first Saturday night's main event they did once they made that change was the one that was headlined by Ethan Page and Penta. And the Street Profits and the Vision. So basically, and listen, those were good matches, but if we're being honest, that Saturday night's main event, I skipped it. It was like a glorified episode of Raw. So I don't expect to see a world title match. I don't expect to see Brock Lesnar, even if it is in Madison Square Garden. I don't expect to see any can't miss moments on Saturday night's main event going forward. as long as it's exclusively on Peacock and not anywhere else. I do think internationally it's on YouTube, but I don't think, I don't think we're going to have anything big there. That's just my theory. I mean, obviously, I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times in the past, but I'm just suspicious that they won't put any big time matchups on Saturday night's main event. What do I think is next for Braun Breaker? That's a good question. I don't know. I do not know. I hope they can just use kind of the reset button on Braun Breaker at this point. That's my desire to see. Even if that ends up with him on his own, I would prefer that. So we'll see. Braun to SmackDown is not a bad move, Chris Wrestling Views. You think we could get Braun versus Trick Williams? You think he could be he could challenge for the U.S. title? That would be a fresh matchup. I don't know if Lil Yachty would want to eat a spear, though. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. Shugars just took a big bump off the top turnbuckle. Paul Heyman on Raw. Maybe. Man, Saquon's got a lot of fight in him in this match. A lot of fight in him. I'm with you, Chris Wrestling Views. I think they have not really tapped the potential of matchups that Braun Breaker could have. We haven't seen Braun with, like you said, with Gunther, with Cody, with Jacob Fatu. I haven't seen him with Roman. So he big clothesline. And again. But there's a lot of untapped matchups on the main roster for Braun Breaker. Some of those guys he dealt with in NXT before he came up. But yeah, he absolutely could do that.
Big kick. Another right to the side of the ear of Dion Lennox. Saquon, what is his weight? His 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th win.
Well, right now, Dion Lennox don't know what the hell is going on. A human being could not be kicking out this deep into the matchup after I've owned 90% of it.
Dion continuing to talk trash. Saquon trying to block it out, hoisting up Lennox.
The Saquon is a real freak. I know what's going on.
It's like a reverse Razor's Edge. He just dropped him.
Dion for a moment. Saquon thinking of the plan.
Saquon going up top. What in the world? Saquon wins, but he gets jumped immediately. That wasn't a great looking finish from Saquon. It was like this reverse splash. It was like a moonsault without a flip. Hard to say. Oh, Dawsey, I would have loved to see that too, man. Well, Dark State picking the bones of Saquon, although Saquon took the win. This is some like old school NWO stuff here. Oh, and now they got the bat. Does Saquon have a friend? Oh, man, he takes the bat shot to the gut. Yes, Chris Wrestling Views. Friday, SmackDown will be back to 2 hours. Well, Saquon wins, but at what cost? I don't know what he was trying to do. He tried to do this spot where he kind of had this reverse razor's edge, where he was holding him up, but Dion was facing forward, and then he just dropped him. And then so he turns him over, climbs up on the top rope, and it was almost like a top rope Vader bomb, but I don't know. It looked awkward. And that's what got him the 3. All right, North American title. Tavion Heights and Myles Borne. We've had no title changes tonight. I honestly thought from the jump this might have been our best shot at a title change as the North American title. Myles Borne has been around for a while. He is connected personally to Stephanie Vaquer. He's a solid wrestler. I don't know what kind of plans they'd have for him on the main roster, but I don't know what more else there is to do for him on the main roster. I don't see him as a world title contender. Chris, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I guess he could go up, but are we going to have Myles Borne versus Tony D'Angelo? Yeah, last name. I mean, the ending was a little disjointed, but it was a good back and forth match. It was, yeah. I mean, I talked through most of it, but it was good. And who was it? It might have been Chris. One of y'all was talking about Cutler James kind of having no personality. Doesn't even seem like a wrestler, just some rookie. Yeah. There's a bit of that. Shimonica, what do you got to say? I think Lola loses so she can just focus on AAA because she has to go to NXT AAA back home every week. Maybe so. I'm kind of surprised that Lola has not dropped the mixed tag titles yet with Iguana. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she could pivot over to AAA. AAA is getting hot right now. So that is a possibility. Kendal would make for a good champion. And I think no matter who wins this match, that Kalani is probably going to end up being the next challenger again. Mason Rook. Yeah, I think you're right, Chris. Mason will probably be the next challenger for Tony. Mason is facing Jackson Drake on Tuesday. And I think whoever wins that match will probably be the next contender for Tony. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, she's going for the Reina title. Okay. That would be interesting. Who holds the Reina's title right now in AAA? Is it? It's not Lahedra, is it? Flammer. Okay. Got it. So we'll have a tag team from AAA, Wagner and Dr. Wagner Jr. and his brother will be taking on the Vanity Project for the tag titles on Tuesday as well. So we've already got 2 big matches with implications set up for this Tuesday, which should be a lot of fun.
Name on Canvas is back at MSG, this time for Saturday night's main event. Don't miss your chance to purchase your personalized piece of history from the world's greatest arena.
Wow, the first time since 2024? That's pretty crazy considering how stacked the women's division has been. Tatum Paxley backstage.
Title against Zarya. How are you possibly going?
When I won that title, that was the first time that I did something for myself, not for friends, not for to cure my loneliness or anything. It was for me.
It's been good, Sophie Duffy. It's been a good show.
I feel empty. I feel sad. Just let everybody down. And without it, I feel scared. You have got to be kidding me.
Oh,
what are you crying about?
Kalani.
You had so many opportunities and you choked. Get over it. I outlasted 5 other women in a ladder match. I'm the first ever women's North American champion. I've been in for 3 years and I'm better than all of y'all. And I still never got a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. I'm constantly overlooked for people like you. And you don't see me crying. Meanwhile, you get chance after chance and you fumbled it. Yeah, you always find a way to make yourself a victim. It's actually pathetic.
Okay, so we're probably getting Tatum and Kalani on Tuesday.
Obviously, chaos.
Okay, throwing hands. Oh yeah, Shimonica. Nah. We love research at Marked by Wrestling. We love to be informed, don't we? Sophie W, I will say a big thing in the broadcast. It's been similar to watching NXT Weekly in that they do have ad breaks during the show. They have picture-in-picture during matches, and they do have regular breaks in between matches at least. So we'll see. All right. We're down to our last 2 matches, though. And here comes Tavion, the challenger for the North American title, taking on Myles Borne. And then it'll be time for our main event. So far, no titles have changed hands. I feel like this might be our best shot at a title change tonight. I'm skeptical about Lola dropping the title to Kendal. But we'll see what happens.
WWE Unreal takes viewers inside WWE's biggest season yet, heading into
the way they're teasing the new season of Unreal, it sounds like they're talking about John Cena, probably AJ Lee, and maybe Oba, Trick, and Javon, talking about the next generation of superstars rising to the occasion.
finally achieve championship success.
All right, here comes Myles. His Anne Berlin sound and music. His family needs to be Keanu Carver, but he doesn't really do much and connect. Yeah. Keanu Carver's an interesting case for me because I can tell he's trying. And I actually really like his energy. But it doesn't seem to connect super well with the crowd. Like, it connects with me. But I don't know. I don't know why the fans don't gravitate towards him more. I feel like, to a degree, Keanu Carver talks more like a real man. Not a real man, but he talks more and he threatens people like a real person does than a wrestler. So sometimes you don't even have time to react to what he's saying until he's already said it and it's already passed. Like how it would happen in the street. Like, because in wrestling, you say a line, you give the crowd time to react, and then you respond. But he doesn't wait. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ricky's missing something. He wrestled a good match, and honestly, when I went live for SmackDown this past week, I thought Ricky's promo against Trick was actually really good. He brought good energy. But yeah, I think the crowd has to get used to him more, maybe the main roster crowd. They just weren't ready to take him on like they were Oba and Trick and Javon. And you know what? I think in years from now, we will look at that moment of Oba, Trick, and Javon all coming up together and see that as kind of a unicorn moment. I think those are just 3 special guys.
Especially at this level, it's never linear. You think I'm right about my first PLE match? Maybe I got a couple of weeks here and there. It doesn't mean you're going to be guaranteed to be on every single PLE. You've got to pick your moments, and when you get them, you have to convert them. And this is not going to be easy for either man tonight.
Spirit of competition, certainly.
Yeah, it's dumb to hate on Sammy. Sophie Duffy. I mean, I'm happy for him. Karrion Kross is happy for him. Kevin Owens is happy for him.
How does that weigh?
That is a good question, Chris. That man does not look 260. He looks way too lean for 260. He must be really tall. Myles is pretty tall too, though. He is baby Randy after all.
Myles going to succeed.
Yeah, for sure.
All calls himself the Olympic kid, representing Team USA at the 2020 Summer Olympics, a gold medalist at the Pan American Championships in the same year. And certainly this is going to be right up Heights' alley, a peak performer, growing week in and week out, a 5-tool player, if you will. And Myles Borne trying to switch things up here for a moment, and Heights just holding out.
Well, Heights has it all. What he hasn't had yet is
Well, these guys are struggling this collar elbow tie up.
He's one breakout win away from being a top-tier NXT star, and this is the win. If he can get this done, if he can grab gold from someone as accomplished as Myles Borne, then yeah, pop Tavion Heights on the mat for good.
Two biggest crossover athletes still to come for the NXT Women's Championship. It is our main event.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put any bets down on Kevin Owens coming back. I mean, if he's ready, whenever he's ready to come back, if he can come back, I'll be so ready to see him. But I'm not gonna assume he comes back at all.
Slide quickly blocked though by Heights.
I'm a massive fan of Myles Borne. I have been from the day I met him.
Backslide this time. Rolling right through his Heights, right back to his feet, right where he get the hell out of the way.
I'm sorry for all the yawning, everybody. This has been a very good show. It's just been a long day for me.
So Myles Borne, you might meet people bigger, you might meet people nastier, you simply won't meet anybody who can outwork Myles Borne. Let's take another look at this then. I mean, a lot of head-to-head, completely unintentional from both men, and both men are now rocked.
A little double noggin knocker, so to speak, and a drop kick taking Heights all the way to the outside right here in front of us. The action's starting to spill out. Look, sometimes brothers fight the most.
The Borne's got combos here too,
Tensions rising for the North American title.
Okay, we're going to commercial break here.
Does it surprise you, Barrett, that we got a clean break between these two?
Well, it doesn't surprise me because there is respect, there is love for one another. However, they are two alpha dogs chasing the same boat. And it'd be interesting to see if that respect is maintained as we start to get towards the deeper waters of this one.
Pace starting to quicken, the smack talk pick it up. And look at that takedown. And quickly, though, right back to the mat, float right over into a cover. And again, I don't know the strategy of Myles Borne to want to try to out-wrestle an Olympian is the strategy.
Well, I think it's an ego thing. And obviously, they've tried to talk together. And you have to think that Myles Borne knows exactly what Tavion Heights has got in his locker when it comes to wrestling, and feels today he can put a statement win down by out wrestling this genius level wrestler.
Myles was looking for that snap power slam. Tavion, of course, knew what was coming as Borne saw that kick coming. And it's unique from the outside to the inside for Myles Borne. Fool me once, shame on you. You're not going to fool me twice. He was able to connect the second time. And a big suplex, fisherman style, still doesn't get the three as that left shoulder off the mat. But I believe Myles has now caught Tavion 2 times by surprise.
Well, a couple of brothers who know each other inside and who've trained together for years, who know their strengths and weaknesses. The question is, who has the ability to change it up more and catch their brother by surprise? And right now, you've got to say it's the champ, Borne.
A celebration party. That would be really entertaining, honestly. Like the hero's welcome last name. If he really leaned into being the last good guy for the hero's welcome. And honestly, if he gets booed, I would love for him to crash out and say, "Where are my you deserve it" chants? But the thing is, the crowd has to play along with it. And I don't know if they will or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Clearly, Myles Borne felt like he was stagnating in that group, which is why he stepped away. Proof positive that it was the right decision as the goal that he now carries. And I think that has lit a little fire inside of Tavion Heights. And I hate to say it, but the word really is jealousy or envy, I suppose. But Heights wants what his brother has got and starts to resent, in a way, Myles Borne, because he doesn't have that too.
Well, also, I go back to Myles giving Heights the blueprint, so to speak. He was the first one to break away from the no quarter catch crew. We saw Wren Sinclair earlier pop Charlie Dempsey in the jaw. I'm sure these two would love to do the same thing. It's from behind, shoulders down. And a kick out from the challenger champion, getting right back up to a front baseline. And again, being overpowered for the moment. Now literally overpowered all the way to that top rope, sitting on the turnbuckle. As Heights now trying to pull out all the stops.
You might need to pull out a cheap shot at someone.
Crowd. Oh, tumble off the top rope.
Nasty landing by both men.
Everybody seems to be okay.
North American Championship hanging in the balance.
Last name, that would be hysterical. That'd be a good way to keep the heel heat on Sammy, too, have him beat up on Truth.
I think that might have been the first straight hand thrown in this matchup, but you saw some heavy hits moments ago. We saw this
Man, power slam from Myles, crazy. Goodness gracious.
Which turned the complexion, but we just saw a right hand thrown by Tavion, and I think the fun and games are over now as Heights charges right in.
They're not trying to wrestle anymore. They're trying to sports entertain at this point.
So far, a lot of respect between these two brothers, but ultimately you have to put all that aside.
The gingerbread man. Oh my gosh, that would be great.
To progress your career forward in a serious way tonight. And if it takes a punch to the jaw of your brother,
Fireman's carry drop from Tavion.
With that goal, there's that strength, just a gut-punch toss of the champion by the challenger into the cover. And another near fall. This goes back to what I was getting ready to ask you moments ago. Boom, as you see that slam one more time. What strategy would you be implementing to switch things up? Because again, you said it time and time again. We know each other so well.
Yeah, it depends who can come up with something new. Get out of your own wheelhouse. Look, you talked a lot about the road, the wrestling background, excuse me, and Tavion Heights. These are two thoroughbred athletes. If Heights has to go away from the wrestling because that is what Borne is bred for, and sock him in the mouth, then do it. Take this the only way if you have to. And this is exactly what Heights is doing. I really like this.
Rapid fire elbows, one after another, and the champion right now is certainly rocked. It is Heights who is trying to become the 24th different superstar to win the North American Championship, a title held by Solo Sikoa, Johnny Gargano, even Damian Priest.
Yeah, and Tavion Heights feels like the forgotten man in this situation. The man who's been left in the dirt for no real reason. That
Oh, T-bone suplex.
Suplex. Is it enough for the
Only
title?
two.
Another kick out by the champion.
And here's the issue.
Yeah, the pace.
Starting to get a little frustration.
Yeah, Tavion's got that Taz gear on. Yeah, this is the pacing of this match. I mean, it fits the feud between these two men, but the placement on the card, talk about a dead zone, man. This and the Dark State match, I feel like the energy has just come down in the building. I'm sure Lola and Kendal will bring it back up, though. But this is, yeah, maybe it's just my energy. Maybe I'm off. But it sounds like the crowd is getting a little unsettled, too. Yeah, you know, last name, I was just thinking similarly. I wouldn't have this open the show. I would have had this match be second. I feel like this and the Dark State match could have been second and third.
They both have cobwebs from that, and sometimes it's difficult to shake that off. And you know, if anyone can, it's Myles
off the Northern Lights and a kick out. Borne helped Heights become the #1 contender, by the way, only for Heights to turn around and just shout at him several weeks ago.
Yeah, look how rugged Myles Borne is. Oh, that was a nasty shot right to the.
Yeah, I would have had Zarya and Tatum open the show. I would have done this match second, Dark State third, and then Speed, then Tony and Naraku, and then still kept the ladies main eventing.
Throw something at your brother, your former partner, this guy you respected for so long and trained with that he's not anticipating.
Cover for the championship and a kick out. Myles Borne right now is hurting. The champion is wounded. He is an inspiration to many.
If we get a full-on commercial break after this match, which we probably should before the main event, I'm probably going to take a bathroom break myself to get through this main event.
Seriously debilitated now is Myles Borne. It's not often you can say that in a match of his. Such a great athlete, so well conditioned, but getting it sapped out of him now by Tavion, who is in full control.
Rolling right through, stepping forward, belly to back suplex, executed to perfection into the cover, and another near fall. And there really isn't much. Both these superstars right now are spent.
You know, it's crazy. This match, it's like they're wrestling this match like a like, what do you call it? Like it's going to go to a time limit draw. You know what I mean? We're going picture in picture. So I'm going to step away for just a second because I don't think they'll end the match on picture in picture. So we'll do that and I'll be right back. Let's see. Bear with me. Just a second.
The current reigning, defending NXT North American champion. You saw Heights in his early.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. No, Celeste, I've not had dinner yet. I'll probably be eating dinner after the show before I call it a night. So it tends to happen on the streaming nights. I usually eat dinner after the show. Asian salad, ground turkey, cottage cheese, olive oil. Oh, that sounds delicious. Delicious and feeling. Cool. All right. Well, you know what? This match has been a real struggle between the two competitors. I will give them credit. They have been pretty much locked in this whole match. But yeah, it has been not a very flashy match, I should say.
What a match. What a fight between these two men.
But they're letting these guys go.
Turning right back around. Big uppercut. Following up. The champion dropping the challenger. Center of the ring into the cover to retain his title on it. Near ball.
It takes to that bounce back ability of Myles Borne that he has made his own signature here in NXT. And of course, no one knows it better than his former training partner, Tavion, who this may be slipping out the hands of Heights, who was in full control moments ago.
Talk about a turning point for Heights in his career. Let's talk about a turning point. Maybe. An overhead belly to belly toss. and you could hear the air drive out of the lungs of Myles Borne.
I'll tell you,
Mm-mm-mm.
they know each other so well. They both knew they were in for a real fight tonight. No easy wins, but that is starting to climb.
Referee at 5. Heights knows he's got to get Borne back to the ring. The count broken at 6. And this might be his best opportunity to finally crown himself champion. In that
Only 2 count for Tavion.
And this is crucial time now for both men, but especially the challenger. You have to be merciless here. Pick up the pace with everything you've got. And I know you are hurting inside. I know you're exhausted, but there is gold on the line and a chance to majorly advance your career. Take it, Tavion.
We don't see Heights go to the top often. Hit that splash.
Splash off the top from Tavion, which looked kind of basic, but at the same time is kind of out of his wheelhouse. Tavion seeming to go further into his bag.
Back in for a German suplex. Second time was the charm. Borne right now showing you what made him a champion. A man who credits Ethan Page for helping him realize his potential. But it's Heights who's trying to realize his here right now in this moment of no! Borne again out of nowhere.
Borne hits the finish right there and pulls it.
Unreal.
Well, that was about as devastating an ending for Tavion Heights as is possible. After he got so much the way of Myles Borne. Let's face it, for the majority of the match, Tavion Heights is in control. Flash Borne again. But Tavion Heights just couldn't see coming. And it's a slipped away from the challenger, and Myles Borne, hats off to you, sir.
In a nice show of sportsmanship between these two, Tavion will take his career to new heights. Tonight wasn't the night, however. Your heart goes out to the challenger, but a lot of respect goes to the man who is still champion.
Congratulations
Oh, interview with Myles Borne post-match.
I'm uncomfortable, Emily. You know, I thought my heart is out there. Tavion, you know, we push each other every day to become the best version of ourselves. Tonight, we pushed me to become a better champion. Now I know Tavion is going to get himself a championship, but unfortunately for him, it's not tonight. This North American championship.
Myles Borne putting
I've had this title.
Tavion over.
And it doesn't matter if you're friend or your foe. This title, I'm going to hold it for a long, long time.
Okay. Pretty cool babyface promo by Myles. Basically telling Tavion, like, he pushes me to be a better champion, and he will be a champion, just not tonight. There's Lola, women's champion.
It's our main event. Vice Gray for the NXT Women's title.
Okay. So we got Lola and Kendal in the main event coming up after this. Will we just get a straight up match, or will there be story advancement? What will we see?
Thursday, July 16th through Sunday, July 19th at the Javits Center. Tickets on sale now.
Yeah, there hasn't been one title change tonight, George. It is pretty surprising that we've had zero. For there being 5 title matches, 0 changes is a pretty wild stat, even for NXT. Yeah, Tuesday will be an interesting show for sure. Lola's sister. Where was she, Shamanica? Was she in the crowd? Gotcha. Okay. Well, on Tuesday, Celeste, Mason Rook is going to be taking on Jackson Drake. The assumption there would be the winner of that match might be Tony D'Angelo's next challenger, maybe. Dr. Wagner and his brother from AAA are going to come up and have a tag team title match against the Vanity Project. And then we also, they didn't announce this, but there definitely seems to be a sense that we might get Tatum Paxley versus Kalani Jordan too. Oh, okay, Shamanica. I didn't know that. That's cool. Well, it's cool, to have your sister in your corner. Okay, Shamanica, I got you. Yeah, I know. I kind of felt like they did Lola dirty. They said, was it Heat Wave when they were in Miami? And they had her whole family there. And JC Jane still won. It was back when Lainey Reed had joined Fatal Influence. Oh man, what a brutal thing. Vikingo and Prosper. Oh, that's right. EK Prosper and Vikingo. I think that'll also be on Tuesday as well. Last name. Thank you for bringing that up. I know you mentioned that earlier before. No Mercy. I couldn't remember. I knew it was in Lola's hometown though. That was a good show too. Uh-oh. AAA and Heat Wave back to back. Oh. 11 a.m. Oh my gosh, 11 a.m. Central. That's 9 a.m. Oh my goodness. That's 9 a.m. Or is that when tickets go on sale? That's when tickets go on sale. I was like, y'all, I'm doing a 9 a.m. show. But August 30th. No, tickets are on sale July 8th. Oh, it is. That is going to be a 9 a.m. show on August 30th. Back-to-back AAA and NXT. That's a long day. That is a long day. Heat Wave and AAA. Might have to see if I can go to church on Saturday that weekend. There's KO again.
Looked like you might be thinking, and new champion here tonight. Kendal Gray on my shirt. Let's go. New champion.
Oh, I think Lola's going to take it, as I stated earlier, that no title will change. So far, you're right. I know. That's mostly what
earlier. You did say no new champions tonight, but I do think
the after party. I mean, I'm seeing this segment now with KO and Dave LaGreca. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably stop the stream after the show's over. I just got to attend to some things at home. But yeah, that's pretty wild. Heat Wave is a morning show. Very interesting.
I think the main takeaway is Tatum Paxley is very, very tough. They like that too.
They love Tatum Maxley.
I'm also right about that.
And KO, earlier on, you were talking about that huge dark state implosion. Dion, Lennox, Saquon, Shugars. Saquon coming away with a victory, but didn't exactly be safe.
You know, anytime you see a group implode, it's great. I love it personally. I've never turned on anyone in my life, but
I've never turned on anyone in my life. That's hilarious.
stand-up comedy. It's always good for everybody.
Well, Kevin Owens predicted Lola to retain. I think she might retain because KO is always right.
Still, women's speech. I think she dominated, you know. There was no doubt in my mind. There was still some time for Wren, but she still won. I love it. She came away with a victory, and of course, we've been enjoying this watch party all evening long with the We've also seen one of our tag teams, Hank and Tag Team, grilling all night, the official host of our watch party. I think it's time to bring the Ferry Boys. Let's go.
Oh, here comes Hank and Tank coming out to rub elbows with KO and LaGreca. So we're going to get some downtime here before the title match, I guess. So I'm guessing the runtime is going to be a solid 3 hours.
I mean, you're thinking it, I'm thinking it could be match of the night, but we have the main event.
Not if Kendal, Gray, and Lola Vice have something to say. We're about to see another battle, another war, two hungry individuals. But the great thing about a Sunday night on the CW Championship action is that 2 days later, we got more championship action on the CW on a Tuesday night. I mean, we're talking Vanity Project and Galeno taking on Galeno and Wagner Jr. I want to see them get tossed around. I want to see Vanity Project get tossed around the ring. But not just that, our stand and deliver teammate, E.K. Prosper, is in the ring, taking on the Kingo.
All right. This is for all the CW viewers to get them to come in on Tuesday for sure. Oh, Carver's out here. KO stepping back.
I mean, he did beat you, so I think yeah, he beat you. Yeah, no, he beat you.
Oh, shoot. Hank just got knocked off the stage through a table. Okay. Well, we just put over Keanu. All right. Video on Lola Vice.
From NXT to Triple A, Vice City everywhere, baby.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just caught Bray. Back fist. Just caught James.
Omos? Is he involved with Wagner and those guys? Or he's with Vikingo, isn't he?
This NXT Women's Division is full of girls ready for their moment. And they all won my NXT Women's Championship. You could take your shot, but all that's going to get you is knocked out and then dance on.
So if anyone's up next, it's me. I'm not gonna stand here and tell everybody why I deserve the NXT Women's Championship. Because I've already proven it. You're new.
Kendal Bray, the Iron Survivor.
Shades of Bray. Bray is going to get another crack at the goal.
When people look into history books 20 years from now, they're gonna see the name Kendal Bray. And I won't stop until I get my hands on the NXT Women's Championship.
Kendal, that inspiration you feel, the desire to change the guard, I did that for you. This is the first time there's 2 crossover female fighters at the top of NXT. I will beat you, and you will learn what it means to humble yourself. Put your head down the same way I had to so many times.
When the light that shine the brightest here, one thing is for sure. I thought,
There was a 10, but there was also a 3 who's challenging for the women's title.
I thought so too last name. I thought he was going to push a guy off. What was crazy is that, like, for a second, the way he was wrestling with that one security guard, it felt like that security guard was supposed to go flying, and he wouldn't budge. Like, Keanu had me believing that he was really starting to crash out on that guy for a second. The way he kept, like, repeating his line and stuff is an interesting exchange. Okay. Oh, okay. So Wren is with Kendal. Or is she just letting her go? Okay, no, she's not going with her. And Kendall's got some Kurt Angle style gear. And there's the champ after this break. So one more commercial break, and we'll have our main event for the women's title. Welcome back.
Thanks.
How are things?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Got 3 loaves of sourdough going and another timer's going on.
Wow.
And we're making egg roll in a bowl for dinner.
Egg roll in a bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the update on the Marked by Wrestling kitchen. Yeah, Shamanika, you're right. You know, the black and gold NXT used to bank on surprises, you know, the sort of post-credit scene. Surprises, debuts, returns. We haven't really had that at a big show in a while. Do you guys think, do we know, are there any ladies that haven't debuted, you know, that or anything like that? That could make an impact here? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But just looking at things, it seems like Wren is not getting involved. Not getting involved. Doesn't look like Wren's going to be ringside with Kendal. So it looks like it's going to be straight up one-on-one. I know Kalani had been kind of involved in this picture a little bit with both ladies. But she got her hands full with Tatum tonight after Tatum's match. So there really doesn't seem like there's anyone who would logically show up unless it's just an out-of-nowhere debut. And frankly, the way NXT is right now and the way the landscape of wrestling is right now, unless it was like a Britt Baker type of woman that actually has name value outside of WWE who hasn't been on TV in a long time or something, I don't see it happening. Because, you know, things used to be hopping with that kind of stuff. Question, do I think if Kendal loses, she may turn on Wren? Maybe. You know, this whole time I had not considered Kendal being the one turning. When I was speculating about Ken and Wren and Kendal breaking apart, I was always thinking about Wren turning heel because, you know, she had been injured. She lost her title. Well, she didn't lose her title. She had gotten injured though. She had lost to Kalani. She tried to come back too soon. And Kendal, you know, ended up getting the title shot and all this stuff. So, you know, a lot of seeds there planted that could have bloomed into a heel turn for Wren. But Wren kept her title tonight and she won it clean. She didn't get cheated out of anything. So we'll see. All right. Here's the rundown so far for this Tuesday. Mason Rook and Jackson Drake. Oh, Jada will be there. Jada versus Carmen. Okay. Interestingly enough, because we didn't see Jada tonight. They only talked about her. Tag championship.
For the NXT Tag Team Championships this Tuesday live on NXT. And we also learned earlier that this is set in stone.
Oh, yeah. Latin American Championship. Vikingo and EK Prosper for the championship. Pretty dope.
This Tuesday, and with that little international flavor that has been felt here tonight at the Great American Bash.
Maybe, George. Layla might. Layla, earlier tonight did seem to show a little empathy for Jada Parker. We'll see what happens. Somebody might have to tell Modfather, though, if Layla comes out and helps Jada Parker. We haven't seen Callie Armstrong in a while, too. If she ended up helping Jada Parker and then you went 3-on-3, that could be something else.
Sounds from around the world as we are live tonight in Orlando inside the Performance Center. And what a night it has been thus far for our champions. They are 4 for 4 here at the Great American Bash.
Boy, they do keep talking about no title changes tonight, which is not something they do a lot. It feels like watching football when the announcer's like, the quarterback hasn't thrown an interception in 5 straight games, and all of a sudden, next play, quarterback throws a pick. All right, here we go. Here comes Kendal Gray, the challenger. She got that Kurt Angle gear on. Oh, she's Team Angle style. She's got the red hoodie and everything. Good for her. Good for you, Kendal.
A lot has been made about the number of champions.
They're chanting Kendal like the "You suck."
Tonight, but wait, she has earned each and every one.
Yeah, you earned your chance, then. In my book, you deserve
Yeah.
your shot. But with that being
10 out of 10 on the fit check for Kendal. I didn't know. It looks like Kendall's mama and daddy are there too.
championship conversations, there are going to be tough questions for Kendal Gray if she does not get it done tonight.
I still don't like her music sounding like a Toyota truck commercial, but that's just me. What's up, A&B? It's been a stacked show. Tony D successfully defended against Naraku. Zarya and Tatum had a great match. Zarya defended. Wren Sinclair retained speed title. Saquon beat Dion Shugars. Sorry, Saquon Shugars beat Dion Lennox. Dark State, man. Who cares? Myles Borne successfully defended against Tavion Heights. No title changes tonight. And Shiloh Hill beat Tristan Angels in what was kind of a weird match. Kendal Gray is deep in her Kurt Angle bag tonight. And here comes Lola entering the ring now. I think the Latin American title was defended once before last name during, I think, Ethan Page. Ethan Page challenged for it on NXT one time, but he lost back when he was North American champion. Yeah, Lola's got those Yankees pinstripes on, so I have to root against her. No, but yeah, we there's no loser in this match for me. I'm happy with either outcome, and as long, I don't even want to put this voodoo out here, Ricky Bobby, but as long as Wren and Kendal are still friends at the end of the night, then we're good. Wren retained her title. She kind of gave her a girl on the way out and did not come out with her. So hopefully that'll be that. And we're just going to get a one-on-one tonight. Because also, Kalani Jordan, who I had mentioned earlier in the broadcast, has beef with both these women. She actually got into a fight with Tatum Paxley post-match backstage. So it looks like that's going to be the direction for them.
Go back to 2024, Roxanne Perez successfully defended the women's title on night one. Fatal Influence was in the main event.
They are. Yeah, you're right, Shimonica. They're taking this for real. Both families are here. Spotlight treatment. All the title matches got spotlight treatment tonight, which is pretty dope. Well, all the main titles. The heavyweight titles and the North American titles did. I don't think they did for Wren for the speed match. I can't remember at this point anymore. Yeah, and these ladies are the first main event on a broadcast television PLE, which is pretty wild. All right, they locking it up. Yeah, the first one they were going to do like this on the CW Shimonica should have been in Orlando. It's a crowd they trust, a crowd they know. You can't put it in front of a potentially dead crowd. Oh, big slam down by Lola. They did do the spotlight for the speed title, George. All right, thanks for the reminder. So every title match got the spotlight treatment. Lola's already looking in for that armbar.
That Lola Vice is just one knockout shot away from winning this thing. Simply at no point in a fight can ever write off Lola Vice, and that is why she's so damn good to watch.
Sinclair, Gray's biggest supporter. Ironically, both those women face each other at this event in 2024. Both could leave tonight champions, as Sinclair was able to successfully defend her speed championship earlier tonight. Nice takedown, right into a cover, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Man, two women who, as you mentioned.
All right, well, these ladies are just going for it. I'm not saying much, honestly, just because they're just working each other over right now. Crowd's into it, though. Shots by Lola.
The same Jordan who submitted Lola Vice believes this was her main event. Kendal believes that she earned this, but Kalani believes this was her title match. That's also the same Kalani Jordan who had to be separated from Tatum Paxley earlier tonight.
Right, I'll tell you right now, I've watched many eras of developmental systems in WWE, and just when I think that the women's title has peaked, these two cut it down further.
Yep, amateur wrestling versus MMA in the main event. Pretty wild. In the big 2026.
She defended this title 24 hours ago in AAA, a historic match. You have to imagine the travel, the media, two brands at the.
Oh, wow. She just kicked Kendal in the face coming right out of a kip up. It's pretty wild. Chris, I've got Lola for this match, but I'm not going to be mad if Kendal wins. Put your predictions in the chat for who you got for this match. It's a tough call, I'll tell you, because both of these ladies have been booked really strong. And, I mean, Kendal Gray is channeling Kurt freaking Angle on the Great American Bash. So, I mean, there's a lot of that. But Lola has been a good champion, a defending champion, and she's only really just gotten started with title defenses. Oh, also A and B, if you're still in the chat, they announced a lot of the card for Tuesday. Jada Parker will be in action against Carmen Petrovich. They are continuing to advance the Jada and Natty storyline. They did a brief backstage with Natty and her crew of her coterie of ne'er-do-wells. That's a deep SNL cut. But her little gang of mean girls still talking trash about Jada. Jada was nowhere to be seen, but it should be interesting to point out that Layla Diggs, out of that group, showed a little empathy for Jada, and they tried to shut that down on Layla. So maybe that'll bring something. Yeah, Chris, it's a tough call. It is a tough call either way tonight. I feel like Lola will have a good time on the main roster, though, if she gets up there. I will say there's something about NXT in the height, like how tall the wrestlers are, that can be really deceiving. Oh, my gosh. Kalani Jordan did come out, and Wren Sinclair chased her out immediately and sent her back. I mean, Wren came out to help. And then, boom, seated senton on to Kendal. So there's our run-in. It happened so fast, nothing really materialized of it other than a momentum change. Chris, we were asking at the beginning of the show, there hasn't really been a firm explanation as to why Booker T's not on TV, but for the past few weeks, Wade Barrett, Corey Graves, different guys have filled in for him on NXT, and they haven't even said, to my knowledge, where Booker even is. Like, they just act like he's not even there, which is kind of strange. I don't know. I hope he's okay, because there hasn't really been any reporting as to where he's gone. There's no word on him being released. There's no, word on him being in any trouble. There's no word on him like going to focus on his wrestling school. I don't know what it is, but last name, that's a good question. Will we see that new group on Tuesday? I don't know. We will have some AAA roster members in the house in action, so it's not out of the question, right? Especially with Carmen already being a part of that group.
To this game, Joseph, we talked about a lot of events in the history of Lola Vice and Kendal Gray, but this
And he squeezed your hand. Uh-oh. Was that A or B saying that?
Back up, and this time it's the challenger who takes control. And I was asking you this moments ago, and we got interrupted by Kalani Jordan. No surprise. Is the pressure building internally in Lola Vice?
No doubt about it. Look, you've got to accept when you are the champion at this level, you have a giant bullseye on your back at all times, even more so perhaps at NXT, where success leads to defeat.
I hurt your finger. I'm sorry about your finger, B. My bad. Tell you, man, these wrestlers, they don't know how to work anymore. They're too stiff.
Sometimes it's not good.
Take a moment right now.
Can't believe she potatoed your finger like that.
Describe the feeling for those watching around the world. The feeling of that target that grows on your back when you're a champion.
Well, it's what you think.
Well, the crowds often like Tatum and Zarya. They have it's interesting. They've got, kind of a split crowd here. They just really like both competitors.
The demands don't slow down, and the challenges never slow down either.
When did you ever hold a title for months and months and months?
Dare you? How dare you, Big Josie?
And both women have the same thought process.
Double clothesline sends them both down.
NXT Women's title hanging in the balance in this main event matchup.
You're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of garbage, Big Josie. I'll slap you right there.
It's all about the NXT Women's title. This is the main event of the Great American Bash.
AAA was yesterday, Chris, because I know Lola defended the title last night against LaHedra. I think it might have been a taped show, but it was it already aired last night because they're already referencing it tonight, her having already defended it. Well, Lola's bringing the moves now.
Shaking like a Polaroid picture.
And Lola back in for a second time. Gray is rocked.
Well, you know what? I'm happy to hear Lola has broadened her taunt before that hip attack now. She no longer yells, "I'm a Latina." She yells, "Welcome to Vice City," which is a bit more of an accessible chant for the rest of the crowd. I always imagined all like, the bearded white dudes in the front row, like wanting to yell, "I'm a Latina" with her. And be like, "Please give me another catchphrase, Lola. We want to cheer you." That's right, man. Yeah, today's Sunday. I apologize to everybody who's realizing tomorrow's Monday. By the way, Raw is coming on early tomorrow, a couple hours early. I'm not sure why, but it is. They announced that during Night of Champions yesterday.
To follow the footsteps of Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Becky Lynch, and others as they are leaving it all out there in this main event.
He is Tyrell. He has been leaning heel tonight.
We just saw Lola absolutely peppering Kendal Gray with repeated strikes, but Kendal bouncing straight back with grappling offense ever. Both women doing their best, and both women have been equal to it. There is nothing between them here.
And if this turns into a fest this late in the matchup, I think you got to credit Lola for this, right?
You've got to back Lola every single time. This is not where Kendal needs to be right now.
Lola throwing shots on Kendal. I'll tell you what, Lola's pretty much been in control for most of this match. Super kick. Oh, she eats a kick coming off the ropes. Kendal to the outside of the ring. Oh, another seated senton. Oh, but Kendal says, nah. Rolls through and grabs a ankle lock on the outside of the ring. That was sloppy. Lola rolled through the ankle lock, and Kendal took a brisk jog to the barricade to hop up on it. The momentum, there was no momentum, and she had to sell momentum anyway, and that was clunky. But it is what it is. All right, back in the ring, off the top, tries to kick, but Kendal is reversed with an ankle lock, caught that foot right in the middle of the air. Can she grapevine it, Kurt style? Nope, rolls through again. And Lola's got an ankle lock of her own. That would be demoralizing for Kendal to tap to her own finish. Going to roll through again, but no. Lola sits down. 2 count, transitions to an armbar. Shamanica, I had initially called for Lola to win, but it really could go either way. I genuinely believe it could go either way, but if you're making me pick, I'm going to pick Lola to defend. I just feel like she should get a couple more defenses under her belt before they seriously consider taking the title off of her. That's just me. Because Izzi Dame's really the only one she's beaten in a successful defense. I mean, you can count Lahedra from last night, but that was another promotion where the title match happened, and I don't typically count those, even though they do count. Sleeper reversal, and now, Kendal got that sleeper on, got that choke in. Now Lola trying to get up, hits her in the rope. Yeah, Chris, man, the crowd's here for this match, man. These are 2 stars. These are 2 stars for NXT. They're here for both of them. Whoa. Big moonsault doesn't pay off, and she eats a roundhouse. Only a 2 count, though, for Lola. Oh, guillotine choke right in the middle of the ring. And can Kendal get anywhere? Is she going to try to pass the hold? Oh, Northern Light suplex. Only 2. And now, oh, reversed into a triangle.
Triangle. And I don't know if it's cinched it perfectly yet, but now she's got it locked in, and she is squeezing the championship life.
Wow, Kendal reverses the triangle into a pin to give it up. Oh, spinning back. Whoa. Whoa.
Double kick out.
That was a pretty dope spot. Kendal hits the back fist. Kendal bounces off the ropes, comes right off with another back fist, and it's a double KO, but they didn't land pinning each other, so they had to both put their hands on each other. And it was still a 2 count, a double 2 count. Just a little bit cleaner, that would have been spot of the night. They're still having a good match. I shouldn't nitpick. I really shouldn't nitpick. I'm sorry. Back fist missed. Oh, shades of gray right off the second rope. Kendal does it. Kendal's the new champion. New NXT champion. The Wren QCC is all golded up. Wow. Great American Bash. The Kurt Angle gear. Mom and dad are in the crowd. There you go. Kendal Gray did it. Shout out to Lola Vice, though. She deserved a longer reign. Not that I'm mad at Kendal being champ either, though. It's just the nature of the beast with a stacked division, a talented division. So there you go. New women's champion. She pulled it off with the Kurt Angle tribute.
Who is it?
Kendal Gray. This one here. With this, she misses the back fist, comes off, catches her right down like that, and that'll do it. Her mom and dad are there.
Aww.
Oh, and she's Wren's buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you're saying she wasn't there to help her.
Yes. Let her do it herself. Yeah. Lola giving that nod, looking respectful, but a little in her feelings. Obviously, she just lost her title. There you go. Wren and Kendal celebrating. Both of them champions. So Kendal, yeah. There's a fair amount of challengers ready for her, I'm sure.
That's her
Yeah, that's her family right there, yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. So there you go. New champion. The only title change all night. So there you go. So that ought to do it. Solid show. You know, there was a kind of a dip in the middle, but it started strong and it ended strong. Great show all around, though. Well done for their first CW exclusive PLE. And Tuesday already shaping up to be pretty intense. You know, we've already got several matches announced, and now we're going to have a new NXT champion going into things, going into the next show. So we'll have to see what comes forward. Does Lola get her rematch? I mean, that's a good question, George. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, and also, well, here's the question: does Lola stick around, or does she come up? That's the hard question we start asking these days. Is when a big talent loses a title, do they get called up or do they stay in the division? You know what I mean? Because a lot of us seem convinced that Tatum might have been done, but she's still around. And then Lola just lost tonight. Will she stick around for a little bit longer? Will she pivot over? It was mentioned in the chat tonight. Will she pivot over to AAA exclusively for a while? Or will she stick around in NXT, get a rematch, stay in the division? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But should be a lot of fun to find out on Tuesday. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me all weekend. It'll be good to catch up with you guys again this week. We will be back on Tuesday for more NXT for our our weekly get-togethers. So it'll be a lot of fun. Great show tonight. My match of the night, Zarya and Tatum Paxley. I think they brought the house down. I definitely think they had the luxury of the crowd still being really high energy early in the night, and they just absolutely brought it during the night. And I'd said this when the match happened. They kind of took you to the edge of going finisher crazy without crossing over into it, really making you wonder who was going to win by the end. So Zarya and Tatum was my match of the night pretty easily. Although Lola and Kendal had a great match too. That was also good. I kind of feel like Lola and Kendal could have a rematch because I feel like there's a gear in matchups that they didn't hit in this match. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying their match was bad. I just felt like they both seem like they have a little more in the tank that they could do if they got a chance to wrestle again for the title. But yeah, Zarya and Tatum was my favorite match of the night. I think they put on the best show. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
Same,
knew you did,
same.
obviously.
Right.
Yeah, of course you would think that. I think you would because
Yeah.
you're smart
Right.
like that. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for sure for another edition of NXT. And hey, don't forget to be a mark. Being a mark means you believe. Believing makes wrestling better. Thanks for joining me again. And I'll see you around very, very soon. Take care of yourselves.